Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of Christmas or Hanukkah in your wrestling podcast, join us.
Very gentle movement. Look at it go.
We start the podcast for that. Well, now it's perfect.
Yeah. Wow. So dynamic.
Oh, thank God. Special guest director, Orson Welles, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it's the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. The last one of the year, technically speaking, because we're all pre-recorded.
Aye.
Yeah.
Woohoo. You all listen to dulcet tones of Fraser Porter.
Hello.
He's bald, bean, and full of means.
Yeah. Very excited to be here. It's
Absolutely.
Christmas special, almost.
Isn't it great? Yeah.
Has anyone, you ever noticed that his hair looks like Tony Khan's?
Tony Khan.
Tony Khan?
Yeah, Tony
The
Khan.
football director.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
He's got a cold. It's
It's cold
my
outside.
Goodness.
Cold
way to start
outside.
a podcast.
Shocking behavior.
Fraser Porter, ladies and
His
gentlemen.
last appearance on the podcast.
With giant hooks. Taz's kid. Speaking of which, Ross.
Hello,
the hard
Maffew.
drum machine himself. How you doing, pal?
I'm not bad, how are you?
Almost slurred those words out my mouth.
Still hungover from last Friday, I think. What a night. Ding
What a
dong.
night. What do you remember?
Nothing. I've been
incredible-
told lots of stories from Friday, included a potted plant. My girlfriend can't remember falling over and getting her ankle swollen up. Not quite breaking it, but nearly. She's still in lots of pain a week on. It's just, But I know what the answer was. It's the cold air, isn't it? It's the cold air.
Oh, yeah.
Afternoon drinking in the office. It was the triple jump Cultaholic Christmas Bonanza last Friday. Afternoon of drinking in the office. I had 10 Star of Brahmins, 4 mugs of mulled wine, a Malibu and Coke, and then went on the bus with another beer. It's the cold air.
I didn't realise you had that much just
Aye.
at the office alone.
I was shocked as well, Fraser, because I got back to my crate on Monday morning and there was 2 bottles left, and I was like, oh.
That's quite impressive because you weren't that bad in the office or on the bus.
Yeah, it's just when the Jaeger bombers were there, and there was more Jaeger bombers than there was people on arrival. We all had a Jaeger bomb on arrival.
Yeah.
So I think me and Dan,
It was at one point.
Danger Dan is
You were
the...
buying Sambuca, I think, for everyone.
Yeah.
I had stopped drinking at that point. So you handed me 2, and Maffew stood next to me, and you were like, right, come on, Fraser, we'll shot. And I didn't want it at all, so I just handed it to him, and he shotted it, gave me the empty glass, and he went, hey, you want another one? I was like, nah, you're all good. And he's sitting there going,
Dan,
Yeah, that's like me.
Dan was saying that apparently me and him would like get in the entire bar, because it was a long bar. Everyone at the bar a shot, ordered them all in. And then apparently everyone just left. So me and Dan were left with 10 shots or something and just did them by ourselves. I've never had memory loss that bad in my life, but it was a tremendous evening probably.
I fully believe that because me, Pachino and others got ready to go get everything set up for the special surprise, which was the mechanical bull.
yeah.
Which was a lovely idea and a great uh-oh moment where everyone saw it when they came in. It was funny that these lads came in, set it all up. It was a proper mechanical bull. It wasn't anything cheap or anything like that. But in a party with a buffet and a rather large prepaid bar tab, those two things don't really go well together, do they? It's like, go on, do we have the bar? I've already been on. Cool. And I've had some shots and some cake.
I had a
and some
white
more shots.
everywhere if I fell off that bull.
I went on a couple times, and let me tell you, I am still sore today.
How's your inner thighs there,
Oh my
Fraser?
God, it's like I rode a mechanical bull. It's very painful. I was
I think
struggling
you
to walk
were
off.
doing really well because we started off and it was just the lads who got there first, and I've always seen it where you have one hand there and you're like yeehaw whatever.
Yeah.
But
When you're
as
on
soon
it.
as everyone went balls to this and just held on two-handed, I was getting that kind of this is bollocks this. So then I tried it with 2 hands and lasted about 5 seconds. But Fraser, I think, along with some other people, definitely did all right, but then fell off, and as we're falling off, got hit by the bull as we're spinning.
So I think I managed to last 36 seconds on it.
Yeah.
And I got cocky as I pulled one hand off, hat off, waving it in the air. That was the guy that was controlling it did not like that, and he whipped the bull round. I fell off, and I did get smacked right in the face by the rear end of the bull. Yeah. It wasn't fun. It was a lot of pain, and there's a photo that I think Aiden and Jack have of me falling off the bull. It looks ridiculous.
And even worse, because of the setup of the soft bit to land on is basically a big, inflatable thing that's got Velcro in the middle. Are we still recording?
We're still recording.
Good. We saw the flash there. Thank you, boss. And that came apart.
I fell through.
Yeah, you and somebody else fell the hell through. You're like Mick Foley and King of the Ring. I was just like, where is he? Just like
Landed
his
on the concrete.
little legs like flying up the eggs. Oh, there he is. I'm like, oh, okay. And then not many people want to go on it after that. It's like, oh, I can land on the concrete. Fantastic. But yeah, that was all nice. We got the food, the drink, and everything. Everyone's having a good time. And the guest of honor, the of a surprise reveal being, that's right, Mark Andrews, star of NXT UK. No, it's not that one. Lovely club singer who we saw at the Whitley Bay Caravan Park.
Yeah,
many
the iconic
months
summer
ago.
party.
And obviously, Adam thought, right, we need to get him. Obviously spoke to his agent, organised a good fee, and he came on. They did all this stuff, and hit all the hits.
I'm surprised we could book him.
I can't remember a single thing he did.
He did a lot of Take That.
Yes.
He kicks off with Robbie Williams, and then I think I joked to Ryan. I was like, I wonder what song will be next. Watch Take That, and then it was Take That, and then it followed up with another Take That song, and then I think he mixed it up with a bit of Bublé.
Yeah.
And then back to Take That. It was mostly the same hits.
You might as well take from the best.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Take That are fantastic.
He knows what he's doing. He was better than Robbie Williams.
Shut up.
I'd say so, yes.
I'd say better than Jason
It's
Orange,
iconic.
maybe, but not Robbie Williams, for goodness sakes. You know when you have those moments, I'll never forget this as long as I live. There's one memory I have, and I got it wrong in terms of remembering what it actually was. I had a human being in my arms like this, like we're walking through the door after getting married.
Yeah.
I thought it was Andrew, but it turns out it was Owen, who's a completely different human being. And I was running round the dance floor in me Doc Martens, by the way, which I thought was quite impressive. Like clown shoes, aren't they, compared to your trainer? So I was running around with Owen, and I just pictured out the corner of my eye. It was Peter Austin and his good lady. I don't think they were drinking too heavily. They were just sort of stood there like disappointed parents. Like, what is this man? What is this buffoon here?
I think at one point you did that and someone else did that with someone else. Maybe picking up Andrew.
Oh, it was a
He's very
duel,
pickable.
yeah.
And I thought, what's going to happen here? And you're going to joust with them.
I think at that point you did have Andrew in your arms. I think you are remembering that correctly.
Yeah.
You had Andrew. I think Dan picked up Owen.
It was always me and Dan.
And it was a battle of the two most drunk people with
The two most vulnerable members of the office saying, right, what can we do with these two?
I know Owen's the ringleader down here. Owen and Andrew. That's like, it's like
So you were getting revenge, really.
Yeah.
Controlling them.
Yes.
solidarity with peers.
Yeah.
Another thing was, we had this lovely DJ who...
Was he lovely now? Because he set his stall out early, didn't he? With the misogyny.
Yeah.
Oh, he kept on...
The working class humor.
We're in a working class Gateshead Man's Club, right? And
Yeah.
so it was just Phoenix nights.
It was.
So we had St. Clair on a DJ thing. So, and even though nice to begin with, he was putting on, Pitbull and all the rest, like to get people in the mood and stuff like that. And then she was like, how can we tell them to put on stuff from the 80s and 90s? We're not cool. And all of a sudden he goes, you could just ask him. He's being paid. What do you mean? Like, you're paying him. Tell or whatever. But then he said, well, we are in Gateshead, ladies and gentlemen, play a Gateshead classic. And it was Zober the Greek? Or was the song called?
Oh, right. I remember doing the kicky leg business, yeah.
Yeah. And yes, I'm glad you remembered because then everyone holds hands and goes on in a circle. This, obviously it's Greek music, starts off slow, gets faster. And so it's kick. Ross comes along. He's just like, hey. I'm like, how you doing? And decides that it's like a chorus line or the can, so puts his entire body weight on me. So it's supposed to be the slow bit of the song. Gets really quickly because he's leaning on me and I'm like, oh no! Like I'm already holding on to someone.
I'm a
So
svelte
suddenly, like with no warning, it goes from and then I have to just tap out and have someone else do it. And then after we did the bingo, we're putting the stuff away. Pachiti's disappeared, as he tends to do in a party, because he just he's just whiteyed and he's just gone home without telling anybody. So the owner of the bar's going, hey, who's taking that? And points at the big red bingo tumbler. And it's like, oh, I'll take it home. Decided that, we could watch someone
keep
stole
it,
it.
yeah.
And so what I'd done afterwards, because I was taking all the balls out and doing the numbers, as you do with bingo, I was putting them in a little bag, that the big sandwich bag that you seal up afterwards. The tumbler's empty. Ross comes along. He's like, I'm like, hello, Ross. And he goes, all right, cool. Opens the bag and proceeds to try and put them in the bingo tumbler. But he's what we know in this business as effed. Puts it, 3 of them go in the tumbler and the rest spill out everywhere. And Ross looks at me and goes,
I've got nailed.
and I'm like, Ross, it's a good job. I love you. He's just like, up the Barrett, and then I left. I went, right. So they put the balls back in. I was getting the message, your taxi is here.
I remember seeing you like packing up the thing because I went home. You know the clear plastic boxes that muffins come in from the supermarket.
Yes.
In my muffin box, there was muffins. Just crisps of any variety. There was cheese, mince pies. I'd concocted just a box of things, and everything else had got contaminated. So I was trying to eat a muffin the next day for tea, and it was just like, why does it taste of salt and vinegar?
And they're like Scooby-Doo sandwich. You can see two eyes sticking out through the clear packet. Bye. And so I had to, with the big red bingo tumbler, picked it up, along with Andrew's cowboy hat, walked out looking like God knows what. And then the taxi driver's here was like, all right, I'll just put this in the back. He immediately gets out, sees this, and he's like, whoa. Does the Russian pirate walk towards me? And it's just like, what's that? You can't be having gas cylinders in here. I went, huh? I said, no, it's a bingo tumbler. He doesn't understand the word. He's heard the words I've said, but he doesn't understand in this context. So I have to take it out and go, look, there's balls in it. And he's like, oh, all right, mate, cool. So lets me in. And he's just like, he's explained that he does security elsewhere. And he's not doing the taxi. So he's got all this training for anti-terrorist training. To quote, because he's very anti-terrorist.
Fair enough.
And I'm trying to say, well, aren't most people, sir?
Yeah, most people, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
God.
tend to be. But then he was all right with it. But, he just saw hey, it's me, a guy with a cowboy hat in Gateshead with a gas cylinder. I go, yeah, the nearest government building, please. So that was all nice.
I think you and Atkins were the most entertaining, though.
Oh,
Atkins?
Yeah, you and Atkins, because Atkins doesn't drink, so he was just observing the party and acting as drunk as everyone else, but without the alcohol. I think you had a potted plant that Atkins returned across the room where they belong. And he sort of did like a dancing march through the room, head down, pointing forward. And then you sort of, it was on his way back, he continued it, and you just sort of followed him, and it was like marching, like a line of ducks. And it was like Dan joined at one point. You came up to me, and you're just like this with your hands, just head down, walking forward.
Oh man,
You didn't throw food though this year, so that's a benefit.
That's progress. Yeah. That's progress, I guess.
We didn't wake up to like 8 different voice messages in the chat. Like, oh God, is he okay? Oh, yeah, he's fine. The touching moment though was an honest chance to get to talk to people, because it's very busy around here. Obviously, if I'm in one day of the week or whatever, it's just like, oh, hey, how you doing? Bye, see you next week. So it was nice just to sit, chill, relaxed with some people, just not having to worry about wrestling videos for, I don't know, at least a day.
Yeah.
And just talk to them and stuff like that. To have nice, it's been good. Love your content, by the way. Hope you're doing all right. Love you. Blah, blah, blah. And the only thing better than those lovely heartwarming moments was the fact that the DJ got a bit erratic near the end, and out of nowhere played Star Trekkin' by The Firm, which is one of those, God, this is such a bad song. Why do I love it so much? But I was just not expecting that. And me and Tom both looked at each other, like that scene in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, looked across the bar, like just dancing like idiots to this bloody thing.
It's an anthem when you're a kid, though.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes, when you're a kid. And then that I can't remember a single song I played apart from Mark Andrews.
I got fuming because I'd requested "I Don't Mind" by Usher featuring Juicy J, and he turned it off. The DJ turned it off, like for no reason. I was fuming, and he put My Chemical Romance on. It was like, you're not getting the vibe, mate. Really not. Aiden's not here. What's the point? Yeah, it was a fun party.
It really was.
Shout out to Mike as well, because Mike from Coop Chicken sorted us out beforehand, and I'm glad he did. Otherwise, the night would have been even worse. Bloody hell, having a nice sturdy meal before was very crucial that day.
We'd all be sleeping on the dance floor at 9 p.m. if that hadn't happened.
Bloody hell.
Thank you. The only thing better than that in terms of Christmas mood is the fact that we've shown up today to do the podcast, and we've unexpectedly got presents. Which is genuinely expected.
So what's the story?
I don't know. Let's have a look. It says, Ross, for a very thirsty boy, loves Santa.
Very thirsty.
Well, I hope it's not alcohol.
After all that discussion. Fraser,
I'll wait till you.
I asked the clerk what every boy wanted this year, and she recommended this present.
Okay,
Love Santa.
thank you, Santa.
Oh, well,
I get that reference.
Santa Claus knew you were coming.
Knew was going to be on this week.
Bloody hell.
And Maffew, what do you call a dog magician? A labracadabrador. Love Santa. That's all right, actually.
That's good. I like that one.
Well, Ross, you were obviously first in terms of the party animal steak, so you can go
Well, I
first in
can
this.
confirm it's liquid.
Oh
My God, I'm a millionaire.
Oh my!
Oh, that's what it is.
eBay.co.uk. We'll see you later.
Which flavor? Tropical punch. Oh my!
Kids go wild.
Early
for this, don't
retirement
they?
flavor, yes.
I
Wow.
see people on Facebook and that going to Asda at like 5 a.m.
Yep.
to see the stock openings and all that sort of stuff to get this stuff. So
That's
Santa
incredible.
Claus. Who is the Santa? It was Luke, wasn't it? Luke.
It's
believe so.
Santa Luke.
Santa Luke. Santa is real.
Luke on behalf of Santa.
Lukey
Yeah.
Claus.
That's right.
Aye, I'm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
So are you gonna taste it? Are you
absolutely not.
gonna-
No.
you're
No.
I'm going to
treasure
sell
it?
this on. Yeah.
Sell it.
This is a hot commodity. This.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
You must have a good thing if I've got Prime.
Bloody hell, yeah. Ooh.
Let's dive into it. Let's see what we've got. This is exciting. Oh,
Oh, yes. It is, of course.
it's of course everyone's favorite Links Africa box set.
Yes.
Box set? Is that box set?
What you got in there? Pit spray, shower
We've got
gel
some-
combo.
We have got some body spray and shower gel. I'm going to smell fantastic this Christmas.
You'll be getting all the ladies.
Thank you, Santa Luke. Yeah. Whoa, Maffew.
I mean, someone's done better than someone else so far, so let's see what Maffew's
Well, I
done.
hope you don't feel too bad, Rob. And it is. Oh, get in! It's a dog calendar. Cute puppies. Get in. That was a horrible throw. I don't care. Cute puppies. All right, let's have a sneak peek.
Yeah,
What's first?
What's your favorite month of the year?
We're gonna find out. All of them now. Oh, double pogs for January.
That's
Sorry.
cute.
2023 confirmed as being mint already. Bloody hell. Well, thank you very much, Sander.
Thank you,
By way of
Santa.
Luke. We really appreciate you, pal. We haven't got you anything, so we'll give you a nice dirty hug next time we see you. pal. I'm not expecting
I
this.
probably picked him up at the Christmas party. That's my gift to you.
So, wrestling, eh? Let's get the
Yeah.
news out of the way, 'cause it's been a relatively quiet week and someone's got a train to catch later on. So, report, Mandy Rose making $500,000 following the WWE firing. As far on December 14th, now that organization released her due to what they considered explicit content on the former NXT Women's Champions fan time page. So, Rose noted, following her release, I know,
Coming soon next year, everybody, don't worry.
that she's in good spirits and for good reason because of how much it's made. And if Rose plans to continue her professional wrestling career, it's unknown. But Tommy Dreamer of Impact Wrestling has urged her to reach out. That's what you want your time and need, don't you?
What's
Yeah.
that got to do with him?
Exactly.
What expertise can he offer here?
Has he got an account? Has he got a fan?
No, he doesn't.
I'm a big fan of your work.
Wants to collab.
I think she's
Yeah.
got 2 words for him, and it's message seen. And apparently, WWE may have been preparing for a Mandy Rose exit, though, with Fightful Select reporting that WWE sources tried to leak 2 weeks ago that God's Greatest Creation had asked for her release. If that is true, is currently unknown, however. I read this a few times trying to figure out what Fightful Select are saying, that WWE sources attempted to leak that she was asking for her release. Is that their way of preemptively getting behind we're going to release it, but it's okay. We're going to leak this. It's a weird way of saying
Yeah,
that.
it is a weird way of saying that they tried to leak it. It just didn't get out. Maybe they
tried to leak it.
Yeah, it's a hard one to read, but I feel like it's probably the sources tried to get some information, but they couldn't verify and get it double checked before reporting it. But
Right.
yeah, it's weird.
It's a bizarre situation. But that report of her potentially earning $500,000 since last Thursday could be true. I did the maths. Because if you're tied into the $30 it costs to sign up for a month, I assume you just tied into making that $30 payment at least. She would need 16.6 thousand new subscriptions to get $500,000.
And when you
I'm
add
loving
Scott
this.
Steiner
I
to
am
the
hearing
mix.
this in Scott Steiner's voice.
Yeah. So there's a possibility she has just done that, or even maybe more. You never know, do you? She's got 1 million followers on Twitter. Let's put a slice of that pie, a slice of that follower pie.
And people can be lonely this Christmas. There's a whole song about it, So
I have heard that once or twice.
Best Christmas song, by the way.
that
Best
one.
Christmas- Oh yeah, favorite.
What?
Favorite Christmas song, Lonely This Christmas, Mud. Genuinely.
What is wrong with you?
Your
the best
opinions in the
one.
mud.
It is the best Christmas song. It tops everything. Apart from maybe Mistletoe by Justin Bieber.
Oh my God! Get out! Get out!
It's an absolute chin. I can't.
So I've just got an email from Santa. Says, can I give me that Lex Africa back? God.
Both good
my
songs.
God!
What's your number one Christmas? If you have to pick one.
Jonah Louie. Kind of stop the cavalry.
Oh, that's a good
Bum,
one.
bum,
Yeah.
bum, bum,
Bum,
the one that
bum,
isn't even a
bum.
Christmas song until he
Right.
goes Christmas at the end.
Yeah.
Bell, bell.
Bum-a-dum-a-dum-bum. That's all right, but it's still going to be I don't want a lot for
No,
Christmas.
it's too much now. It's too much. Everywhere you turn, you see bloody Mariah.
I haven't heard any this year.
Really?
I had to go on my phone and actually listen to it. Sorry, I haven't heard it once yet.
Wow.
Bollocks, this.
George has been everywhere this year as well.
Yeah.
George Michael.
Lots of Whamageddon.
People have talked more about Whamageddon than I've heard Wham this year.
I don't see why people deprive themselves of a fantastic Christmas song. Like, you only get to listen to it once a year, really.
Put it on any time of the year.
No, you can't.
But it doesn't
Like,
feel right.
Oh, it does.
I
I was listening to Wizard in August. A little bit of Wizard in August. Signs of things to come, you know. Wish it could be Christmas every day, but nobody does really, did they?
No.
Couldn't do Christmas every day.
No, silly.
No.
You could get a Prime every day, though.
I'm going to try it.
Oh, my.
It is sealed. I can't confirm.
Yeah, it's sealed.
I've just lost my
mate,
investment.
the most expensive episode of the podcast. Ross is now drinking the
It's
Prime.
like Triple H.
Oh, I'll tell you what now.
Oh.
I'll tell you what now. That's well worth upwards of £2.50.
Wow. £2.50.
That
That's...
would, I'll be fine paying £2.50 for that.
What's the ingredients like in it? Is it...
I don't, Fraser.
Let's see.
Caviar.
There's coconut water in it.
Oh,
Fancy.
someone's being fancy this Christmas, eh?
Yeah.
Right. So is this the new rate my drink section?
you what, lad, I'll give that a solid 7 out of 10.
I love how you've got me into watching now because there's nothing ironic about him.
No, he's just
No,
a nice guy.
He's just like, hey, great. Oh, gravy sausage. Almost like chocolate, that is.
I wish he would,
It's like, okay.
you know, when
I know, it's not a good Yorkshire
That's the
accent.
future, that is.
he's honest when he goes through the review, but when he gets to the score at the end, it's always a 7 and up. It's never.
except when he
I've
went to
seen one-
Scotland.
Yeah, when he had that raw
Munchie box.
He gave it a 2, didn't he? Because come with a bottle of pop. Oh.
Wait, what do you mean a raw munchie box?
Oh, it was a munchie
Yeah.
box with like hamburgers that are battered, but the burgers were pink inside.
Everything was just
Everyone
raw.
was
so it
not cooked
wasn't
properly.
supposed to be raw. Oh,
No, no.
But he still gave it a 2.
because it had a drink.
It had a
Come on,
bottle
bottle of pop.
bottle
I
of
wish
ginger.
I could be that positive,
Bottle of pop.
honestly.
Hey, congratulations to Danny Mallon. He got engaged, didn't he?
Congrats.
Danny Mallon.
What a name.
Oh,
It'd be funny.
the Mallon.
He's like rating his wife. Hey, she's proper good. She's proper nice. She listens to us. Hey, she likes us eating deep fried things. I give her a solid 8.
That's a 10 out of 10 for big guys.
I can strap it to my car and drive off.
His Christmas song is the best Christmas song of all time.
I tell you who
Back
has
on the sleigh again.
this.
Sorry,
who has
Joel.
the best Christmas song this year is Beard Meets Food. You know the guy who eats lots
Yeah,
of food.
he's good, yeah.
What a tune! He's parodied Creeper. I forgot what the song is. I need cheesecake. It goes. You need to listen to it. It's a good song. Legitimately a toe tapper.
What song?
Is it Creeper or Creepers? The band, female vocalist.
Uh-huh.
Aye, one of their songs.
Well,
I can't
check
remember what
it
it's
out.
called.
Yeah, I believe
it's on
it.
his YouTube channel. But he needs cheesecake. Oh, the cheesecake. Mandy Rose should do fine.
Yes.
Yeah, should be fine.
She should. Get that bread.
Exactly.
LA Knight addresses scrapping the Max Du. Thank you, Gimmick. He says there was an NXT built-in audience that knew who LA Knight was. It was this podcast. So now here comes this other character being introduced. And to those people, it was like, wait, what is this? But when you look at the numbers of a SmackDown audience for a large swath, that's right, use the word swath, of those people, they are seeing me for the first time. So it could have been Joe Schmo for all it matters. In a strange sense, that would have actually worked just because 3/4 of that audience is seeing me for the first time, regardless of who I am. At the same time, though, I think there is the matter of the shoe fitting and not. Obviously, the shoes of a champion.
Yeah.
fitting. Yeah. And
I mean, those shoes were literal castration, wasn't it?
yeah.
You put those shoes on, poof, the rock's gone. See you later.
Ta-ra.
Ta-da. Yeah, I'm glad things have worked out as they have. We're still yet to see, people who just don't watch NXT or Impact, the stuff from the NWA back in the day as well, just won't know what they've got here because we haven't yet seen it on SmackDown. But we're getting there. He had little shades on this week's promo.
Certainly did. Didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, he did his best carrying that. Report. I love how this is worded. Report.
Fraser, will you stop putting so much weight on the
Sorry, I'm
table?
a heavy boy. Too much food this week.
It says report. Sasha Banks exited WWE months ago. Yeah.
Yep.
Seems that's the case, yeah.
It
she's
was
long
about
gone.
May, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Her and Naomi went away.
Yeah. And then we had that weird report. Was it Raj of, I think, Sportskeeda? I think.
Yeah.
Saying, yeah, she's gone. Her and Naomi have gone. And then Doree's not saying anything. No one else saying anything. Eventually, she's just like, yeah, she's working New Japan. That's how we know she's gone.
She's in Japan right now, according to PW Insider. She's preparing for a cameo on the 4th where Kyrie's taken on, I've forgotten her name.
Tam Nakano.
Tam Nakano. Thank you, Fraser, for saving me. Like David Seaman.
You're welcome. Yeah. I get that one. He's a goalkeeper.
He is a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
That save was like his against Sheffield United in the FA Cup.
He was on Dancing on Ice, and I know that because I watched that years
was he?
ago.
That's why I met his wife, yeah.
Yeah, David Seaman was on that.
His wife's an ice skating lady.
Oh,
Seaman on Ice.
Tony.
Yeah, this
Really?
Sorry.
this podcast would never stoop to those kind of levels.
Yeah, it has this week.
Yeah. No come Tuesday this week, though, was there? On NXT.
Oh, God, you're right.
Yeah, no come. But what was I saying? Yeah.
She's doing David Seaman.
Sasha Banks is doing the cameo there.
There we go.
And then there's Jack was saying there's an event towards the end of the month where I reckon they might set up a match for this secondary event.
That makes sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
But she's out there now. Hope she's having a nice time.
Christmas in Japan. It's going to be fun. KFC.
Richard for a tandem bike ride.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
And she's like, wow, I see your Instagram feed. And he's like, sound.
Hiya, Mercedes.
I used to twok them back home. Suzuki Gun members to clash in final match as a stable. Ahead of the faction disbanding, the members will clash in their final match at their Road to Tokyo Dome show from Korakuen Hall, which is surprising. You think they would do it at the big Dome show, but apparently not. Fair enough then. All I'll put is, I didn't know Jeff Jarrett was part of Suzuki Gun.
Probably.
Yeah. And the closer for the new section, hope it was no one's Hall of Fame pick. Edris Enofe gets a WWE chest tattoo. NXT star Edris Enofe has sought to demonstrate his commitment to his employer by seemingly getting a large copy of the WWE logo tattooed onto his chest. He said he's dedicated to the brand. Honestly, it was spur of the moment. I will eventually be the face of this brand, and I felt this is the best way to represent it. WWE has changed my life. This is my way of saying thank you by becoming an ambassador for the rest of my life. And then he said later on, not gonna lie, I kind of regret it now, by responding with, yeah, I regret not getting it sooner. I also plan on getting an NXT tattoo on my neck for my birthday.
That would be a good angle. If he got the main roster, which he should do because he's a very talented charismatic man.
Right here.
Get it right there and have a feud with Cody. Cody's like, I'm the face of America. Why the hell are you getting my tattoo on your neck, son?
Just so when they're wrestling, they go, who's going to win?
He's in the room with us.
They go, who's going to win? Well, right now it's neck and neck. Yeah, just not fake. Yeah, that great, mate. Fantastic.
A couple of telltale signs to tell you that it's fake. Because the tattoo gun had no ink thing in it.
Yep.
And also the tattoo artist didn't have his gloves on. So he couldn't possibly do it.
Oh, so it might be fake.
Could be fake. We did
He
do a
did
reveal
little
video.
teaser, didn't he? And
Yeah.
it looked really too solid. No.
It
looked like it could have been pen, but it could have been a tattoo as well.
Yeah, it looked like it was either a really bad tattoo or like, yeah, just hand drawn on, wasn't it? But
Yeah.
it
Like
could
a
just be a
henna
very,
tattoo.
very bad tattoo.
But why would you joke about...
Because we wouldn't be talking about him otherwise
He's in
in
the
this
news.
segment, would we? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
We know
All
people,
publicity is good publicity.
like I'm sure it'll be on Lad Bible and Sports Bible at some point. WWE superstar gets a tattoo. He's got the coverage. I don't think it's a good one.
r/bootlickers. Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, good for you, pal. And good for us. God bless us, everyone.
We should all get Cultaholic logos.
Oh, of course.
Nah, we should.
Yeah.
But she's like, why aren't you doing
Triple
it?
jump logo on the neck.
Of course.
It's
Yeah.
a dangerous one because I got the Cultaholic logo, the old one, and then we changed it like a week later. It was around the time Cody.
That's right.
I drew it on.
And
And
get
then
Billy Cyrus on it. Yeah.
I've had it lasered off. Very painful process to go
Imagine,
through.
yeah. Well, there you go.
Speaking of painful to go through, the next segment's coming up right now. Dublin, Japan. It's his latest Insta post again. Richard is back in Okinawa. He did a 100k loop around Ishikaki Island and enjoyed and enjoyed the tailwind for around 40 of those Ks. Wow.
Looks lovely.
Beautiful.
This is what
Beautiful
Japan
photo.
looks like.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's nice.
That's cool.
Lilo. Or Stitch. I
Stitch.
forget.
Liger, innit? Liger was.
Confirmed for Tokyo Dome.
It looks so warm. I missed that.
Yeah.
The warmth. Oh, I like that.
Yep.
That's, we've
They're
got
bloody
one.
everywhere then.
Yeah.
What a lovely beach. Well, potential beach.
Yeah. Nice bit of water.
What a thrilling commentary.
Yes. Thank you very much, Dick Tubbs.
I like the round things. That's cool.
Yeah, they're good. You know, when you walk on them.
It's like 3 Count's going to jump in there. I like Backstreet Boys. In sync to 3 Count with this.
3 Count with it,
the threesome. All right, so
don't worry.
you were too young.
No.
He's 12 years old.
I am, yeah. Just.
Yeah, so was Shannon Moore by looks of things on that bloody show. Anyway, thank you very much, Tubman in Japan.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
The Hall of Fame. And just to skip ahead, because I've seen the mailbag. Maffew, why do you say condescending when giving us the Hall of Fame results? Is it a genuine mistake? Is it a bit? If so, why? Have you started and now too embarrassed to change? Please respond. Harrison Spore. That's a good question, Harrison. Most of my life is just me being too embarrassed to change and admit fault. But when we started doing it, we obviously go 3rd place, 2nd place, 1st place, like normal human beings. Mm-hmm. And in my head, my brain got a bit confused by the fact that we were going higher, but 3 is a higher number than 2 and 1. So I think I said ascending and descending different weeks, and it took the tag team of Jack and Ross to go, no, Maffew, it's ascending. We're saying bottom and high. And I went, balls to this, I'm saying condescending. It was the first of many signs that I wasn't particularly good at podcasting. We'll just ignore that. So thank you very much for asking. That being said, in condescending order from last week, the noble medium of film, 20%. God, me and the people who love the podcast and Twitch streams, I've enjoyed talking about this. Jack's new look for 2023.
Jack's love for film, yeah.
Yes, his Max Dupree to LA Night is him watching films because he's watched one this year. That's his quote.
Oh, he's been telling me about another one he's watched. Yeah, I've been getting them.
What's the one he's watched?
RRR, the Tollywood film. It's
the what film?
Tollywood.
Tollywood?
Yeah, it's like Bollywood, but not.
Where's
South India.
Oh, right.
RRR. It's getting like nominated for a lot of stuff, but I've been getting the lowdown from Jack on that.
You live
one.
and learn, don't you?
Yeah.
Tollywood. Never heard that before in my life.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay, well, we all are looking forward to reading his letterbox reviews.
Letterbox review soon, I imagine.
The segment to follow, Tubman in Japan, is Jack on film.
I was going to say, are you? Because you wanted to die last week during his little review.
But no, I was trying to hide. But it was just because he's not doing it because he likes film. He wants to do those wacky reviews on Letterboxd that goes viral.
Props to him. He's not giving a review off the plot synopsis anymore. He's actually watching them. Just to grind my gears. Oh yeah, I've read the plot synopsis of that one. You can't judge the film.
Thank you. See, it's not just me.
Yeah, fed up with it.
Yeah. Anyway, 20% for the young lad who we all appreciate in this podcast. Yep. The concept of Ketamine Fox, 34%.
It's still a work in progress. I reckon 2026 release.
Yep.
For Ketamine Fox.
A Hollywood film.
You know, there's an actual film called Cocaine Bear.
I know Cocaine Bear's coming, yeah.
It's that fella's last ever film before he died.
Oh.
That fella? Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta, that's the one. The guy with the face.
Yeah.
Sadly not playing the bear.
No. The bear. Well, as part of that discussion 2 weeks ago now, we mentioned Ketamine Fox. It might be new. Ever since that mention, I've just been wondering what a film called Ketamine Fox would look like. So I'm gonna once Cultaholic takes off, we make a bit of money. I'm gonna fund Ketamine Fox, the movie.
This time next year, Rodney. Enough money for Ketamine Fox. Trunk Road's Gritter Tracker for Scotland. 46%. Yes. Are you aware of the Trunk Road gritting map?
I know of our many wacky named gritters. Yeah, we've got Scotland loves taking the mick.
Yes.
What's your favourite?
I'm trying to think of one now. Live and Let Ice. I think
that's a good one. Yeah, I just like the simple gritty McGrit face.
Yeah. Because you just again, one nice idea though. You're checking your route because it's all right now in this part of the world because it was very snowy and icy. Now it seems to have melted, which is fantastic news. But yeah, if you're up there, go on the top end of Stevenson, say hello to Grado, and you're like, oh, which route should I take? Aha, there you go. Frozen 2 going to take us that way. Fantastic.
It's the greatest thing the government has done is allow the people to name the gritters and the bins as well, the bin lorries as well. We've got that as well.
Yeah. First week, names of gritters. Second week, independence. So, as winner of this week, God, it's been a tough week. Wow, wrestling. Pretend to stall. Top dollar on SmackDown.
Because of his botchy McMahon.
Of course.
The greatest big man in professional wrestling right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course. There's not many, apparently. He's the second greatest big man in wrestling. Every other wrestler is tied for first place. It's a hidden joke. Top Dollar did a lovely dive on the outside to SmackDown, and we've really been appreciating the magnificent wrestling of all the brands last few months. Not many messes or botches, because the quality of wrestling is generally very, very high, all across the board. So it was so lovely to see a man. Can you believe it? He used to drive Ubers. I literally can't comprehend that.
It's ironic because during that dive he cancelled his own trip.
Take it back.
Also, I think he injured himself. So
Yeah,
Nah, he's all right. I can confirm
he's got you
all
some
right.
content. Yeah.
It's all right. He's okay. So yeah, he did a dive the outside and managed to hit all of the apron, the hardest part of the ring.
yeah.
But he had his head there, so luckily no damage was done. And then hit one person, everyone else took a dive, and then Michael Cole blurted out half a second how it happened. Well, now we see why he doesn't do that very often. And then Wade Barrett says, wow, take that one back to the lab. And he was like, somehow able to take out the other members on the outside. It's Wade Barrett's also doing the DJing in the party. So, yeah, and it was just nice that the commentators now are so relaxed and so, able to make it like it's a proper wrestling show, that they're able to go, yeah, we know we didn't hit him.
yeah.
Then he fell over trying to hit his finishing move
He
near the
didn't
end.
quite get all of that.
Yeah, they usually do that diplomatically. This, I was like, whoa, what was that? Bloody hell. So, thank you very much, Top Dollar.
Thank you, Top Dollar.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Dollar.
You crazy taxi. What have you got for us, Ross, and your Ketman Fox?
Well, I was about to say it's related to the Ketman Fox, but it's just not at all. I'm going for Ali Ahmed Aslam, who is the inventor of the chicken tikka masala, who has died today at the age of 77.
That's sad.
Okay.
For his great service to the world, I had a chicken tikka masala last night. It was from a place called the Protein Kitchen. Because
All right.
it was nice and slightly healthier than it probably was.
That's what you think of when you hear protein and gains is chicken tikka
You buy them
masala.
I think, is it called the protein? You buy them in Asda. Healthy, ready meals, apparently. But he's 77 years of age. He's obviously brought a great service to the world. Therefore, I think he should be honoured with a place in the Cultaholic Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Is it not the national dish of the UK as well?
Is it actually?
I believe a tikka masala is the actual national dish. It was invented in the UK.
Yeah, of course, that was the thing,
It was
isn't
invented
it?
in Glasgow. Yes. And national dish. Double check that.
Yeah, can
Ross.
you, why don't you give us a
let's-
brief synopsis
let's
of it,
just-
giving you all the details?
Was announced by the death was announced by Shish Mahal restaurant in Glasgow, which closed for 48 hours as a mark of respect.
Oh.
The eatery announced, "Hey Shish snobs." Easy for me to say. They've got names for their customers. Hey Shish snobs.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, Mr. Ali passed away this morning. We're absolutely devastated and heartbroken. What am I Googling? The national dish?
National dish of the United Kingdom.
I thought we were
I
setting
want
that
to
out,
say
but fair enough.
it will be a tikka masala. Because
Suspense.
it was invented here. The two national dishes.
Two national dishes according to Google are fish and chips and a chicken tikka masala.
Wow.
Yeah.
But wasn't that the thing? Again, please don't quote me on this, but what's what he said, she said. So hopefully that article clarifies it. That obviously it's not the dish that was great over India, whatever. But because people loved it so much, people have had to basically learn how to do it, and
Yeah. It was invented over here. So it's
Yeah.
a noble pick.
Yeah, he's married and got 5 children.
Wow.
Moved over here in 1964.
Here we go.
Chicken tikka masala was invented in this restaurant. We used to make chicken tikka, and one day a customer said, "I'll take some sauce with that. This is a bit dry."
If it had been an Italian restaurant, it would have smashed a chair over his head and told him to get out.
We thought we'd better cook the chicken with some sauce. So from here, we cook chicken tikka with the sauce that contains yogurt, cream, spices. It's a dish prepared according to our customers' tastes. Usually they don't take hot curry. That's why we cook it with yogurt and cream.
It's a good curry. I had one
yeah.
the other week as well. I think Atkins had one in the office the other day.
It stunk.
It was stinking and it was bright red.
It was that red.
Yeah.
What was it?
A chicken tikka masala.
That colour?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently it's the norm, I was told. Because I was like...
For a-
Exactly.
For a cheap curry, that's the normal color for it. Yeah, it was.
Oh,
it was
a
minging.
cheap one?
A cheap one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, for a crap one.
Yeah,
it's right,
like Atkins was like, I didn't want a good one. I wanted a crap one. It looked tasty enough, like luminous. I'd take it.
Dexter, luminous. But thank you to Mr. Ali Ahmed Aslam.
The inventor of the chicken tikka masala.
I'm going to nominate a TV show that I just started watching literally last night. It's called The Traitors. I don't know if anyone's been watching it. Yes.
Joel is
loving it.
Radio rental.
I was originally going to nominate Severance because it's also a great show, but I'm going to nominate The Traitors. It is so captivating. Like, I'm hooked. I hate every single person on it, but also love every single one of them. Rachel messaged me, was like, during work yesterday, she was, you need to watch this because you'd be terrible at it.
Okay.
Is this on BBC?
The BBC one.
Claudia Winkleman's.
Yeah. So, like, you get 3 people are named as traitors, and they've got to, like, murder people in the night and get rid of them, and then they've got to work out who the traitors are. But it's, like, so over the top. Everyone's so over dramatic in it. Everyone's, like, they've known these people for a day. And
so it's a reality show?
Yeah, it's a reality show.
Okay.
They've known these people for a day, and one of them doesn't turn up for the morning breakfast, and they're all in floods of tears, like they've been best mates for life. It's fantastic. I highly recommend watching it, but I think I would be terrible at it because everyone is like, they pinpointed the one guy that didn't show emotions, and Rachel was like, "That's you. You're emotionless." I was like, "That's me." Yeah. She was like,
"Hear from your partner."
Oh, it's fine. Yeah. She was like. The guy was just very analytical of it and was just like, yeah, why are you crying over these people who you've only known a day? And then he got booted.
You're ruining the show.
Yeah.
I saw it because it debuted after a World Cup game.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of people lambasting it because apparently it's just a rip-off of something on Netflix already.
Oh, it's like, it's like Among Us sort of thing. Like the video game. But it's
very popular nowadays.
It's very good. The final is on tonight at time of recording, so I'm hoping to catch up on the train. It'll be good. That's my pick. It was a lazy pick.
No, that was your show of the year, TV-wise?
Severance was my show of the year.
Which one was that?
The one that Apple did about Adam Scott being trapped at work with his split personalities. His mind, his mind is at work, but his mind is outside of work, and they don't remember each other. It's very trippy, dystopian.
Like the Christmas party.
There you go. Yeah.
Lovely.
Stranger Things has been the best thing this year, though.
That was good.
I tapped out, but
Did you?
I tapped off to see. What series 1 and 2 we made? Series 3 came on. I think I'm all right. They're like, hey, it's the 80s. I went, the decade we can't get away from. Fantastic. So I'd say my favorite thing this year was the return of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
Yes,
It's a proper TV show.
Yeah, I remember you nominated that. Did that get in the Hall of Fame?
It did.
It did. So
Yes.
it's a Hall of Famer. Glad. I need to watch it though.
Well, I'll watch that if you. I'll watch Traitors if you watch that.
Sounds like a good.
And by
plan.
watch, I mean I'll read the plot synopsis. Nothing about it. Was a 3 festive picks for you, the lucky listeners and viewers at home. You can vote for those at patreon.com/Cultaholic. And as a reminder, they are
Top dollar.
Top dollar. Trying to think of wait. No. Wait. Top dollar's Barch. I'm up with top dollar.
Oh, right. Well, you just said top dollar.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, thank you for clarifying that. You're like,
No, you're nominating Top Dollar.
Top dollar's botch, right?
Top dollar versus top rope.
Versus top rope. That's what.
Yeah, there we go.
Then we have Ali Ahmed Aslam, the inventor of the chicken tikka masala. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service. And the Traitors.
Yeah, sounds good.
Do you want that just listed as the Traitors?
The Traitors, yeah. Feeling confident.
People know.
Andy Cole. Thank you very much. Happy voting. Next segment.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
The Week in Wrestling. SmackDown. Jack should take his laptop to a restaurant as soon as possible, really. I don't know what's got to do with SmackDown, but I concur. Who wrote these this week?
That's my witty title. Well, we did it.
Oh,
joint-
Ross did
It was a
it.
joint team.
So I've done
I see.
I've done SmackDown, Rampage, NXT. Fraser's whapped in there with Raw and Dynamite.
Beautiful. So
there might be a
I
tonal.
like it.
There will be a tonal
difference.
Yeah, there will be. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, remember that? Remember Jack 11? The Usos are looking sexy as they arrive with an also sexy Sami Sexy Zayn. Ooh. He's driving my membrane insane, darlings. A hooded figure costs Liv Morgan and Tegan Nox in their Women's Tag Team Championship match against the Damage Katal. Later in the night, during Gunther and Ricochet's banger, Michael Cole must be watching Sky Sports Entertainment News instead because he reveals that he was told it was Xia Li who done did the attack.
Big breaking news, he says, during that banger.
Doesn't
he must be watching someone else. There was a nice start of the show with Michael Cole saying it's Friday, and you know what that means, which was on Brody Lee's birthday, I think, when last Friday happened. Tegan Knox and Dakota wrestling like their blood feud didn't even happen, I thought. I guess time does heal all wounds, is how I written down there. Yep. They had me going at one point with the shiniest wizard spot. I thought, my God, they're going to pin them there and win, but they didn't. And Liv is still Sabu with the powerbomb off the apron to the floor on Dakota. And then, the stuff was Xia Li. I liked the tease and the suspense and the mystery.
It was nice. It was nice to have the hooded figure, but I felt the reveal of it was a bit poor.
It should have been
it was like that's it. You just run in and out.
Huzzah! It is I, Xia Li.
And who was that then? Oh, breaking news! It was I did have people pumped up for a few seconds, thinking, "Is it Mandy? Is she back?" I don't know.
That would have been the best outcome. Like, to be fair,
that would be cool.
Backstage, Sami Sexy Zayn is nervous about his big night, so goes to settle his belly with a canister full of jelly. But then Jey Uso appears to be lying about what the night is all about, Roman making him a real boy. Jimmy Uso is worried that Jey has set Sami up for a night of disappointment. Fraser knows his feeling all too well because intercourse.
Thanks, Ross.
You're welcome, Fraser.
Getting the low blows in there.
Ross knows it too. It was interesting that Jey apparently set Sami up for something that wasn't even going to happen. That's what I took from this segment, even though I thought it was well established. That's just what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Why was Jimmy like, you've just set him up for a disappointing night here, bro, dog, etc.
And it didn't really happen. It was, I thought it was, we'll get on later on, but obviously I thought the reveal of who it was like overshadowed it, but it didn't quite work that way. So, QR code video time. Oh, I didn't do the QR thing, so I'll be interested to see what this is. The Rock is shown with a mask on and a ball gag in his mouth. Is this real?
Yeah.
Not The Rock. Not The Rock.
I forgot about the bit.
This is the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
I'm really sorry for lying to us about Black Adam. I'm sorry. Can you please not sue us? LA Knight, if you don't know the bit, is shown with a mask on and a ball gag. Oh, that's right. We are watching WWE SmackDown, I swear. The mask is removed to prove that this is LA Knight, even though we already know it because of The Rock-shaped arms. That's right. The Rock then heads to the ring and lambasts, it's a good word that, isn't it? Bray Wyatt for dressing like a clown and being really boring since he returned. Yeah. The Rock says the person who has been attacking him smells and feels like Bray Wyatt. Bray appears and says The Rock has got this all wrong. The pair start to fight, even though this isn't Saturday night. And then a very Bray Wyatt video starts playing on the Tron. Uncle Howdy makes some noises, and then Uncle Howdy. It's time to count letters. Uncle Howdy, what are you? And it's just a bunch of. I knew exactly what it was with that. The Rock runs away. Uncle Howdy laughs awkwardly. Bray kind of joins in, but not really. At least we know he and Howdy are not one and the same. I don't know. I was so happy to see Bray Wyatt return. Now I can't wait for him to sod off.
They are dragging it out a bit too long, aren't they? It's taken us too long to get to the point where we know that Howdy, who was the guy who tied up The Rock / LA Knight because we saw his white gloves, that was the telltale sign, like Mickey Mouse. Woohoo! Well, at least we know now that they're two different people. We've taken 2 months to get there.
It's taking far too long.
The laugh went on for way too long as well.
It was out of sync as well. It was like he was doing the movement and it was all off.
I'm sure
it was like an N64. Someone probably thinks like Baron Samedi in GoldenEye when he just shows up and, does the animation, stops, and the laughter's still playing and he does the thing. And it's like, wow, okay, Uncle Howdy's here. Fantastic. The new character, the split personality, like in Severance, what you talk about. What's he going to do? Bugger all.
Why he's abducted the Rock, LA Knight. But what we want to know is, how did LA Knight get free?
Yeah.
Because the way the show was laid out, you scanned the QR code and they showed the highlight on SmackDown anyway, but he was tied up and then he was walking through the corridor just fine.
Yeah, he was fine.
What happened to him?
I will say though, last time...
Top dollar, drop him off in the Uber.
Last time I was on here...
Uncle Howdy's laughing. Tom Dollars hits him with a super. All would have been forgiven.
Yeah, the last time I was here, I absolutely hated LA Knight. I thought he was terrible. I said as much. I called him the QT Marshall of NXT.
Could you imagine?
I've changed my mind. I think he's fantastic.
We haven't even seen the best.
I know. He's turned it around for me. I think he's better than Bray Wyatt in this feud. So, It's gone on too long.
The QR code bit with the tying up, that was good. I was thinking, yes, we're getting some juicy, gnarly stuff now. And then just the thing how they didn't explain how LA Knight got free, then the laugh that must have went on for over a minute. And then Bray, I don't understand, like, I guess that's what the segment was about. Like, do we know if Bray Wyatt's aligned with Uncle Howdy now? Because he was sort of joining in, and he was sort of looking over his shoulder back at the top of the ramp, like, oh,
you could kind of see him directing the entire segment, because there was a point where LA Knight was clearly in shot of the camera, and Bray just goes... and it's like then he plays it off by like checking his sweat and then flicking it off. But he just starts going like that to get him out the ring.
You've ruined the mise en scène.
Yeah, it's like
you're the reason this isn't working very well, LA Knight. God, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll have to see where it goes. Well, I guess it's a tape SmackDown this week, isn't it? So
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, good. They can cut it out then. Put Tom and Jerry on instead.
Hey, we just need to go through the gears a bit more. And LA Knight as well, the gaggle of years I've called them, where he went from The Rock to Ric Flair, didn't he? The way he was doing the years. Yeah. Astonishing. Yeah. Just because he looked like Ric Flair, just doing woos, but with years instead. Aye. At least we're getting somewhere now. We've got a definitive...
We just need a match. Yeah. They need to have a match at this point. It's gone on far too long of them doing the exact same thing. One of them comes to the ring, one of them causes chaos.
Yeah.
LA Knight is smart, though. He put the light on when he got put in a dark room. Yeah. I liked that the other week.
Smart on SmackDown.
Smart. Very smart.
Gunther defeats Ricochet in an absolute barn burner for the IC title. After the bell, Braun Strowman comes down to the ring to save War Trev from a beatdown at the hands of the Imperium lads. Gunther walks away triumphantly. I hope he celebrated with some carbs after a job well done.
It was a really job well done. It really was a well done job. Oh my God, I'm in the stroke now. I like Adam Pearce taking no bollocks at the start with Vinci and Kaiser. Gunther trying things, Trevor reversed, and then Trevor tried things, and Gunther reversed because they know each other very well. It all makes sense.
He won the belt from him, didn't he?
Of course he did.
Oh.
Did he?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Yes, he did. So they're running it back. So it was like a. They did a lot of the same spots that they did in the first match that Gunther outsmarted Ricochet with. So it is nice, like you've said there, to have both of them outsmart each other and clearly have watched the tapes. You know,
watch the tapes,
watch the match back.
Then just Gunther beating him down. I could have watched for several hours. I thought it was very nice to watch. And then Trevor's fight back was also good. And the chop and power bomb, and then the kick out where the crowd went just berserk. That was good. And then just the one more move, just a little cherry on top of the big Austrian cake. The thick boy.
They're known for their cakes over there. So.
Yeah, it's just a good match, wasn't it?
Just glad how big that feels for an Intercontinental Championship match to take place in the middle of the show. It felt massive. Like, they've done a really good job since, summer when they started really pushing the belt.
Yeah. It's just a shame that Braun Strowman's going to beat him, isn't he?
Oh, no, he's not. No, don't say that. Don't say that.
You mean Braun Strowman's new gimmick of being Ricochet's friend? Yeah, I think they did a good job. And I think it was nice that they emphasised the action by having Imperium go, no, 999, go to the back. Yeah. It's just him and him.
Yeah.
So it was nothing to distract. And obviously they're doing a good job of actually promoting Ricochet as somewhat likeable, which he hasn't been for a while.
Just have him talk less.
Talk less when he does. Just very straight to the point. Not try to get fancy.
Just do his catchphrase. It's Ricochet time. And then just move on. Jimmy Uso goes and sees Roman Reigns and asks the tribal chief what the heck he has in store for Sami Zayn tonight. Jimmy says he likes Sami, but loves his family. James leaves. Roman makes Paul Heyman call Pierce. Adam.
Pierce. They emphasised I think that's his new name now, because when Pierce was on Raw, Pierce said, Pierce here. Hello, Paul, it's Pierce.
It's our Pierce. The Oracle.
Paul calls Pierce using Siri to make the call. Modern technology, yeah. Yeah, I like that. Hi, can you do it? Yeah, sure, Siri. Paul Heyman pitches Roman and Sami versus Kevin Owens and a partner of his choosing to Pierce for the December 30th episode of SmackDown, which goes well as a cold cup of sick to the crowd. Why chips and pie, says Pierce. Solo Sikoa moves his groin right into Pierce's eye line, forcing Pierce to leave the room. Fair enough.
Yeah, you would do, wouldn't you? Yeah. Solo did that. But yeah, that was nice. A nice little line from Jimmy there saying he likes Sami, but he loves the family. It's that we're sowing seeds now of a divorce.
I can't wait
for
the
right word? Yeah. Sami getting divorced, kicked out the family.
Kicked out the family. It's going to be so good.
It's the legal term for it, isn't it? Emancipated?
Emancipated.
That's it, yeah.
Ooh.
The emancipation of Sami Zayn.
Yeah, because there's a line in The Simpsons who goes, want to be emancipated, and goes, someone's like, what? Don't you like being a dude? And Marge goes, oh, right, sorry.
Well, I'll tell you, that is nice, that, mate.
Is it a right touch?
It's a white touch. I am going to turn the logo around, though, because it looks like we're just doing that Logan Paul thing of having it everywhere all the time.
How would you rate it out of 10? I don't think you gave it a rating.
I gave it a 7 earlier, but
you
that's
give it a
crept
7?
up to an 8.5, I reckon. Yeah.
Whoa.
You're doing that Logan Paul thing. What's your opinion on people who believe in God? Oof. That was a rough weekend. Still got a feel from it. So modest. Hit Row defeats the Viking Raiders with Valerie Haller.
To give her a full name.
You can't. Absolutely can't go. Is that his name?
That's her full name. Valerie Haller.
It is weird that they've called her Valhalla.
Yeah.
Which is the equivalent to like, oh, here she comes, heaven. And Legado DF in triple threat tag team action. Top Dollar buggers his legs, seemingly. He's fine. He's looking trimmer than a receipt. He's looking trimmer than a receipt that has been thoroughly discounted by an Uber discount code, though, so every cloud.
Hey, he is looking good. He's looking really good. I think he said he lost over £100 or so. Was it 50 or £100 on social media this week?
Oh, it sounds like
remember.
me. It sounds like mid-dollar.
He has lost a lot.
Oh, God. The economy,
Yeah.
Obviously, in the middle of that one moment, legendary moment, the Legado DF guys doing the dives off opposite sides of the top rope to the outside. God, that looked beautiful.
Yeah.
I think it was overshadowed somewhat by the other thing, but God, it looked smoother than peanut butter.
Dripping off a golden tooth.
It's a nice throwback.
I thought it was... These obviously have got 3 very divine gimmicks, these 3 teams, but they've nullified them into being so much one and the same that the crowd didn't seem to give a hoot in this match, I thought.
That's a very good point.
It's a weird thing to say because they are so different, but they've just made them all so similar and as good as each other. The crowd were like, oh, I don't know, I want to win.
It's also a shame is the tag division's actually been pretty decent lately, and having a crowd not really care for it is a bit disappointing.
Well, they've all got wins or beatdowns on each other to
Yeah.
make it equal, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, but you just cheer who you like more.
Yeah.
The Luchadors, the
Vikings.
or
Or the Ubers.
or the taxi drivers, yes. Even though the doctor doesn't really want her to, Raquel Rodriguez intends to fight in the gauntlet match next week. Her elbow is broken. It isn't very wise, lads. And then Ronda and Shayna. What are you doing? It's just the noise now. Be reduced to its very element. They battered the already injured elbow, allegedly making the already injured elbow even more injured. How will Raquel do the wrestles next week?
Find out, eh? It's going to happen.
Oh no, Raquel's
Thank God
elbow. What are you
that's
doing here?
Yeah, it's. I think it's set up for a big Raquel victory in it now. After that,
Yeah.
It's all about her, which I'm not on board with yet. She's impressive, obviously, but she needs a bit of a character rather than just a
She's a bit bland, right?
smile and a muscular back.
Yeah.
She let smiling, she'd be great.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Bloodline are here, spreading some festive cheer. Roman gloats about war games for a bit, and then says he and Sammy are going to take care of their KO problem. Sammy puts his effing foot in it by calling himself KO's only friend, even though we've already established he's over KO and fully in the Bloodline.
Didn't we? We have, haven't we?
Yeah.
Right, so this bit here, I had a wee problem with, because the camera cuts to, is it Jimmy it cuts to there, and he looks really annoyed that he goes, I'm Kevin Owens' only friend. He didn't say Kevin Owens is my only friend.
That's
So-
just the fact that he said
No.
Kevin Owens and friend in
Yeah,
the same sentence. isn't
yeah, I
it?
guess,
Yeah.
but like the way
I'm
it
his
was like,
only friend. And I would disagree with that. So yeah, that's it. That's not what they not want to hear.
Yeah, but like he didn't say that he's his friend. He said Kevin Owens considers him his only
A
friend.
one-way
He's
street.
a friend with the enemy, Fraser.
Yeah, I guess. It's just the way it was said, and then it cut to Jimmy looking like he's been spat in the face.
That's his
off.
dog.
It is his dog. Yeah, I guess.
Dogs left him for a better owner. And then before anything could happen with whatever they had scheduled for his, signing up or leveling up, whatever, John Cena shows up. Large Bout Jonathan says he received a text message from KO, which included a couple of suggested emojis. There's a chance to KO wants to suck off Cena.
Eggplant emoji, Santa emoji,
Yeah.
peach emoji,
Or maybe even pinch his bum.
peach emoji.
Yeah, Peach.
Or tag with him against Sammy and Roman on the December 30th episode. Who cares after that bit? So, yeah, I'm not sure how the crowd seemed to like it, considering it was a video of John Cena, not the man
Yeah.
himself. But that's better. That's because he has appeared or had a match every year in WWE.
WWE ruined my social media post. I put up a post the other week saying this will be the first year John Cena hasn't wrestled in WWE since 2001.
How would you do
And
that with
guess
so many weeks
what
left?
they've done? They've announced the match. Literally the second last day of the year. Clearly they follow us. John Cena follows us. He's seen that.
Follows me.
And he's gone, you know what? I'm having a match. Screw Cultaholic.
I can't believe you've done this.
It's my fault. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
John Cena's social media manager.
Yeah. No,
Has
it's the real John Cena.
Hey, John, you see what these clowns are saying about you? Well, let me put them right.
Yes.
That's on John,
I look chaos.
John Cena now.
I look chaos. Suck me off, then I'll wrestle.
Hey, eggplant emoji. We know that. You know what I mean? Hey.
Not as good as a way to a blind man.
I like Cena's bars, though. You know, he's calling himself naughty and nice and lists and Santa Claus stuff. It was better coming out with John Cena's mouth than mine was there. He then even said holy poo, and that's good. But he said this expletive, didn't he? But they put the little on top of it.
He did, yeah. Because it's only AEW you can curse accidentally.
Good promo, though.
Yeah.
Against a brick wall for what they are.
Brick wall. They bring you back memories of WCPW.
Wonderful green screen.
Yeah. AEW Rampage. The wacky subtitle, let's up Jack while he takes his laptop to a restaurant in the new,
I think Jack's got to do something.
It's only what the top comment of every
Literally every
podcast
video,
for 2 months has been now.
Every single one, every stream on a Friday as well. Folk are going, oh, the podcast's out soon. Is Jack going to the restaurant this week? No, I don't know.
He'll do it, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's not allowed to go to Coop because that's a cop out.
Thank you, yeah. Because we've already done that. We've already bothered
Yeah,
that.
Now he's got to go to the place where he went. I forget what it was
was
called.
Italian, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
some
think it
Italian, yeah.
Yeah. With his laptop. He can watch loudly typing. This is a good film. Jon Moxley defeats Sammy Guevara in a lovely professional wrestling matchup. After the match, John takes hold of the microphone and calls out Hangman Adam Page. Page comes out and tries to fight his fighting foe. Security get in the middle of the two fighting men and the segment ends. Jon Moxley, it's weird because he's having these grand matches and he's putting a lot of effort in and he's having his earring ripped out and bleeding a lot. And I'm like, at the point now, I'm like, can you just go home and rest?
Yeah, go on holiday.
yeah. Have that time off that he complained that he wasn't going to get. He needs it. He should get it. But brutal man.
I would argue he doesn't need it because he's in fuego, as Mauro would say.
does
Remember
he know?
Mauro? Huh?
Del Sol.
He's in fuego. Whoa.
Eggplant emojis there.
Look, I'll come back, but you're going to get that little lad, all
Different
right?
kind of comeback. The stop on the apron was very good, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
You trying to segue?
And then we have the stop. Mox doing a curb stomp.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not his move. Seth Rollins, woo!
There's lots of references to the Shield this week. I think it mentioned on Raw as well, where Austin Theory, we'll get onto it. But
Oh, yes.
That's nostalgic now, so we're
Yeah.
referencing
It's
it.
10 years,
10
Matthew.
years, Matthew. Yeah.
Right?
The senton off the top through Mox and through the table was lovely from Sammy. I just thought Sammy looked really good in this match. Moxley made him look like a threat.
Yeah, it wasn't really one that he would do as well. It was more a Moxley style match than a Sammy match, and he came across looking really well. And I've been a bit bored of Sammy for a while, but this got me a bit more excited. And I
thought that would be
feel that's not a very controversial statement.
character right up your alley. He's not Sammy Guevara, one of the young hip hop and happening kids.
All
Don't
the
punch
dabs.
your microphone.
Sorry, the dabs, the kids. No, he's been a bit boring, but this got me excited.
It was a good finish as well with the Spanish fly into the bulldog choke. Nice transition, we'll say.
Yeah.
And also, when Justin Roberts was like, and your winner is ultimately Jon Moxley.
Yeah.
Is that an Ultimate Fighter thing? What's the
I
gimmick
don't know.
there?
You know, UFC goes, ultimately, the winner is. That would be mint if he did that, actually. I don't know why he said that.
Also, thoughts with Hangman because he's going to get suspended now because he put his hands on the security guard.
Yeah.
We know what happens there. Even though it was a clear mistake. He will get suspended because it's wrestling.
Yes. FTR in the ring. Dax the Axe must now be called Lars the Sore Ass. There we go. Because he showed the world his bruised and presumably sore ass. Yes, he did. The lads talk about how 2022 has been a legacy year for them and how in 2023 they are going to do some more good things. Their attentions are now turned to the Ass Boys, I guess because of the bruise, and they're going to tan their bottoms like Daddy Ass should have done all those years ago. And they're going to do so on Dynamite this Wednesday.
This made me think of my gran.
Right.
Which bit?
The tanning of the bottoms.
Oh.
she would always say this word, which in hindsight is mental. Twank. I'm going to twank.
What?
TWANK.
What's the context?
Well,
Thank God I had like a second.
I'll do something a bit naughty in me youth.
you
And then
get
she'd be
twanked.
like, hey, Ross, what you doing? Do that some more. I'll twank your bottom. Means slap.
Slap.
Yeah.
Scalped.
Yeah. Those were the 90s kids.
It's like a bad sound effect you see in a comic panel. Twank! Ah, my eye. Jay Cargill asked Red Velvet.
Good promo, though, I thought.
Oh, yeah. Apart from the twank and it was
His
mint.
bruise was massive as
Yeah.
well.
God, aye.
Shocked he did the wrestling on the Wednesday with a bruise like that.
It was.
Yeah.
The bump that he took at Final Battle.
bump.
Yeah. Bump. No thanks.
Jay Cargill asked Red Velvet why she was getting all sassy recently. Get with the program, Red Velvet, FFS. Bow Wow is mentioned again. I wish they would either fight or get married. I'm easy with either, but it's unclear where the story is going at the minute.
Yeah, where is Jade and Bow Wow going? What's going on here? They just keep mentioning each other, but they don't do anything.
It's just flirting. That's all it is.
Well, I mean, is
Yeah.
it flirting?
Yeah.
Is it feuding? I don't know.
Nah.
All I know is Layla Gray's a kiss ass, and Red Velvet might be leaving the baddies,
Yeah.
spreading her wings and flying away
It's a peacock.
like a peacock. I was.
Let me fly on this one.
Sky Blue loses to Britt Baker. Britt's pals get involved. One of those pals is the current AEW Women's World Champion. But I guess that is the point, so when Britt and Jamie eventually fight, Jamie can use the spotlight hogging against Britt. After the bell, the lasses are beating down Sky Blue, and Shida comes out to make the save. The segment ends with Shida and Hayter having a nice stare down.
It was a decent little match. The neck breaker, brain buster. Oh my god! The neck breaker, brain buster thingy off the rope from Britt looked like it was hurt really bad. That was Sky Blue.
That's really tough, that sentence.
That was brutal.
Especially when
The
you mean
neck breaker brain buster.
Britt Baker's neck breaker, brain buster thingy off the rope on Sky Blue looked like it hurt.
Big,
It
dirty,
did.
stinking bass. Dirty, stinking bass.
And I liked Sky's kick to the head of Britt after Britt initially reversed a kick attempt. She like swung herself around and just hoofed her.
Yeah.
Alan Shearer style. It was a nice little ding-dong battle, I thought.
Yeah.
Preston Vance tells a small child to grow up and get his laptop and go to a restaurant. He asks JR who his boss is. JR says, it's the wonderful Tony Khan. Preston then says his boss was a little boy and he was sick of it. AEW have just booked a match for like 10 years in the future or something. I didn't mind this bit, but it lasted about 30 seconds, and I would have thought this would have given a lot more time and focus if AEW was that way inclined, and they're not really like that. So
Well, they're getting back to that way, aren't they? Because this was like a more chilled out episode of Rampage. And Dynamite was an even further step in like the right direction as well. So maybe we'll get there. But again, yeah, it was 30 seconds. I did just like him just saying, hey, you small child, grow up. Really good. Really good. I just don't know why.
Forget the match in 10 years. Give us it next week.
oh, absolutely.
Could you
Have
imagine
a horrible Christmas for
that? 6'4" Preston man just throwing Brody around.
Aiden would love it.
He would.
Wardlow spaffs in the face of Exodus Prime.
Fraser loves this name.
That name.
Oh, it's like a bloody transformer, and I don't like it at all. Like, it's such a crap name, right?
But isn't the Transformer version called Optimus?
Optimus Prime, yeah.
So you're just a slightly worse version.
Yeah.
The one that
He's
goes-
been kicked out.
He's Exodus. He's
what-
biblical.
Yeah.
Exodus Prime is what Optimus Prime does when he has a poo.
That's what you hear when you hear Exodus.
I was trying to think I must go for an Exodus Prime.
That's an Exodus Prime. You've got some Prime.
This is an excellent Prime.
Excellent Prime.
Oh, Ross on fire. Thanks to Tropical Punch, not sponsoring this podcast.
I wish they were.
Yeah.
It's a legitimately nice drink, this.
He then calls out Samoa Joe, who is the king of TV. Joe gives War Dog what he wants when AEW are in a part of the country that isn't Dallas, Texas. This will happen on the December 28th episode of Dynamite. This is a bit weird because Samoa Joe is suddenly the heel.
Yeah.
And I thought we weren't doing it like that. Like, Wardlow did have a bit of it coming when Joe hit him from behind because he was saying, I'm better than everybody. And Joe was like, I'm everybody. and hit him. So now Joe's just gone full on, I'm the best, ha ha ha. But the crowd are like, yeah, but you're still Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
So that's not quite working for me.
It wasn't Samoa Joe-ish of Joe to go, I'll just give you the match, yeah, why not?
I feel he fits better as a tweener for me rather than it's working, but it's just not as good as it could be. Right. That's the problem with it, right? Joe's more over than Wardlow. Wardlow.
You can tell Joe's like, hey, Joe, go out and be a bit heelish so people cheer Wardlow more.
Yeah.
That's AEW crowd aren't like that.
Nah.
I'd say Exodus Prime, though, nails the selling of the power bomb, but flip on the top of the neck, so you're like body straight in the air.
That's right, because he turned into a truck, and then he took the move. Dustin Rhodes pins Trent Seven to an 8-man tag match for himself and his best friends, which was just a big bag of fun.
It was a big bag of fun. At the start, when Trent Seven and Trent Barrett were facing off, Tony Schiavone shouts, "I am the real Trent."
Battle of the
He
Trent.
really offers very little at these days, doesn't he, Tony? Good point there, Taz. Well done.
He's like the little head in Mortal Kombat where uppercut just shows up, it says Summit, and then leaves.
I thought the Butcher and the Blade looked good with their tag team tandem offense. I thought Trent Seven looked good in there with his bops and his bangs and his tilt-a-whirl reversal thing off the middle rope on the other Trent. Yep. I am the real Trent. And his sell of the Bulldog for the finish was also fantastic. But obviously Dustin getting the hot tag in his home state of Texas and the win. That was nice. I assume he'll go missing again now because they're not in Dallas.
Yeah. I'm done.
And also, I like the Danhausen Orange Cassidy bit with the lasses getting them all like thrown out.
Yeah.
Get out of my pub.
Yeah, it's just a pretty all right episode of AEW Rampage.
Yeah.
They're slowing things down considerably.
Controversially, it used to be my favourite show out of the week was Rampage because it was Saturday morning. I'd just sit with it on. It was quite entertaining. It dipped. It is, as you mentioned there earlier, it's getting back to the point where it is decent programming again. Yep. And this one, right in the right direction for it.
Also, Raw. Hi there, Fraser here. I compiled these Raw notes and believe Jack needs to take his laptop on a date. I hate him.
Fraser.
That 100% my words weren't put in.
Right here, black
weren't
and white.
anyone else yet.
This one lied to me. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman open the show. The show opens with Heyman introducing Roman Reigns to the Raw audience. Reigns cuts a promo on Kevin Owens and his choice of John Cena as his tag team partner. Roman says he is going to torture Owens until Raw acknowledges the Bloodline.
He mentions Juventud Guerrera.
He does.
He talks about the resources and the juice that we got. So Juventud making his Raw debut very soon. And obviously the beatdown backstage with Ali and the security guards.
Yep.
Signs of things to come on this episode. I like that there was a through...
There was a through-line story.
A through-line story.
Yep.
On Monday Night Raw this week.
It was a decent arc. It actually made the show more noteworthy. Like, I paid attention to everything, whereas like there's some bits that I'm like, ooh, a bit more boring.
It put the Raw back into Raw.
Made it must-see.
There was an arc like Noah. And you know where Noah's Ark appears?
Where?
In Exodus. Prime. He went, Noah, make an ark. He went, all right. Cut to elsewhere, the Bloodline. Yeah, as you said. Street Profits defeat the Judgment Day of Balor and Priest. Ford manages to roll up Balor for the win, following a distraction on the outside. Post-match, Rhea Ripley punches Tozawa and challenges him to a match. Intergender wrestling.
I know.
And then Rhea Ripley defeats Akira Tozawa to the envy of millions of men watching. Ripley gets the win with the Riptide after 4 minutes.
No, all I can see of Balor, and it's thanks to you now, when we discussed it on the news this week, is Prison Mike. The entire time I was watching this match, all I could see was Prison Mike.
Into Clink.
Yeah.
But it's definitely the inspiration of the the purple bandana.
Purple bandana. It has to be, right?
It's the only purple bandana guy I can think of.
Yeah.
Apart from San Andreas gangs.
Yeah, no, that's based on Prison Mike as well.
I love the fact that Dom is blind after what happened to him last week at the hands of Asuka. Mm-hmm. Backstage, by the way, we had a bit where, this is during the match, where Elias and Andre Chase got spaffed on by the Bloodline. Andre Chase obviously taking out the big dog early.
Absolutely.
Seeing who the real threat is. But I like the breaking news aspect of that and how that was used. And everyone in the ring looked good. But especially Damien. He looks trimmer than Top Dollar.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
What a compliment.
Wow.
And I thought the reveal of the liquid in the cup was masterful.
I still find it funny how they always praise Ford and then go, and Dawkins is also here. like I think one of them, I think Corey Graves was like, oh, Ford is looking absolutely jacked today. And Dawkins is looking good at 250 pounds.
No, the big up Angelo Dawkins' body transformation.
They have recently, but it was just the way that it was. Ford was the emphasis. And Dawkins is 250 pounds as well. And then that was it.
Is that the first time they've had like actual liquid in their cup though? Because it feels like we've been building for like 5 years for this liquid in the cup spot.
Happen, yeah.
And it was worth it.
And now Dom is double blind. But I like the intergender stuff as well. Like
he cannot see, Pet. He cannot see.
There was a bit at the start of the match where Kira was like, obviously they do the bit where he's like, oh no, I can't do that. And she's like, snap there, do a Hurricane Rana, do something. And he eventually got there. But it was the ideal opponent as well for Rhea, just getting to throw around.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably an average sized bloke, isn't he?
Probably, yeah.
In real life terms, not wrestling terms. Aye. Yeah.
Good times. Someone else has been attacked backstage. Oh, breaking news. Kathy Kelly is trying to speak to Adam Pearce about Bobby Lashley. MVP interrupts to speak with Pearce about Lashley, but a referee comes to inform Pearce that someone else has been attacked backstage. It's only Dolph Ziggler.
It's Dolph Ziggler, it's fine.
He told on them as well. He's not cool.
Yeah.
Who did it, Dolph? It was the Bloodline. Go get them, Daddy. Teacher. They took my lunch money. I'm Dolph Ziggler.
It should have been me.
It was good to hear that Bobby Lashley and Pearce have had a meeting at the headquarters, though.
Yeah.
I like the tease of MVP coming along and being like, I want to talk to you about Bobby Lashley. I just want the Hurt Business back. Like, give us
What
some
about
Hurt
the
Business.
giant Omos?
I don't care.
Exactly.
Give us the Hurt Business.
Exactly, Ross. Say a sentence again.
Could not care less. Hurt Business is where it's at.
Yeah. OC, presumably mean Orange Cassidy, defeats the Alpha Academy. God. Gallows hits a super kick on Gable, followed up with a magic killer to get the win for the OC. Following the match, the Bloodline attack the OC.
I was thinking this has got to be the one where they finally get a win. But they didn't, did they, the AA? I thought Chad and Chad, though, Chad Too Bad, being you the Chad,
of course,
were put on a clinic that I've written down here, could have taken place in Athens back in dinosaur times when the Olympics began. All the rolling around the mat.
Yeah, it was some good technical.
Greco-Roman, I assume.
It's a shame that the Alpha Academy have been on a bit of a losing streak. Like, at the start of the year, they were really quite heavily used, I guess.
And they were tag team champions.
Tag champ, yeah, like completely forgot that. And now it's just like, oh, they're losing to what? Sour Boy.
Don't bring up Sour Boy.
They're losing to Sour Boy.
It was nice to see the crowd like organically get behind Otis, though.
Yeah,
he's a good lad.
His lariat on Luke Gallows, not Santa Claus.
Yeah.
So much meat. Oh my boy. Oh god, Lamera. Yeah. I've written a rough-looking double-team world's strongest slam by the AA. That was good as well because that Chad on the good. But they've lost again. They need to stop losing. They're too good to be losing. But again, we go back. Was it Scott Hall who said it?
Yep.
If you get good at making other people look good, they'll just have you do that all the time.
Dolph
Fraser.
Ziggler's biggest problem in his entire career.
Yep.
But it's a shame that they've gone 1 week from having Kurt Angle spray them with milk and being in the top segment to just losing. Uneventfully here, they didn't even get attacked by the Bloodline after, did they?
No.
No.
Oh, well, this was set up, though, because Chad called AJ a dinosaur.
Yeah,
So they got their comeuppance, I guess. Yeah. That's just bollocks, isn't it? They should be higher up the card.
Yeah. Especially when Luke Gallows moves like one. The Bloodline stays in the ring while Adam Pearce tells them to stop what they are doing. But Sami Zayn promises to do even worse to Cena and Owens next week on SmackDown. Styles attempts to jump the Bloodline, but is pulled off by security. It's nice of them.
Yeah.
AJ Styles demands to fight the Bloodline tonight. He will face Sami Zayn later in the night.
I think Styles should be suspended or fired by Pearce. Because the Bloodline were leaving of their own accord. And then he gets in there and makes things worse, doesn't he? Hey, bloody hell. But instead he gets rewarded with a match agaest Samuel.
I want the footage.
And Pearce wonders why anarchy rules, eh?
I want the footage of Styles just waiting, sitting, perched, ready to attack as they run off.
Yeah, it's like Batman.
Or
Sting in WCW.
Just jumped off anything.
Bianca and Bliss interview. Bianca claims that she doesn't trust Bliss after last week's interaction. Bliss thinks she is turning into a shell of a human that she doesn't recognize. Bliss says this isn't about Bray Wyatt. You can put Bray Wyatt aside.
Yeah.
Just one. The Wyatt logo flashes on the screen in the background, and suddenly Bliss attacks Belair with a vase to end the segment.
The wee Lily doll was behind the sofa.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it was.
I'd missed that.
Yeah, so when Bianca's lying on the floor, you see like the doll just
What a crap doll it's Oh, no.
It was terrible.
I thought we'd left these days behind.
No. The doll's
Thought
back.
they were over.
The doll is back. I like the physical acting of Alexa here, where the logo flashed up and she instantly changed, and you could see that come over her. I don't want to see her paired back up with Wyatt.
Me neither. I like when she went sassy, like 2017 was back again. That was good in this promo. I was just shocked at some of the words that were used. Abducted, abandonment issues, therapy. Therapy doesn't work, and it turned me into this shell of my former self.
High endorsement.
Yeah, lots of really clunky, awkward words that you wouldn't use in real life. So it was too scripted for me to be enjoyable.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you can make it sound natural sounding. Where it's like, yeah, the guy who is and isn't Uncle Howdy is possessing me with the mask bit that they ripped off The Exorcist is coming back, and now there's a doll. Yeah, it's hard to make that sound normal.
Yeah. I don't want spooky Alexa Bliss.
The
back.
match will be good, I'm sure. I'm sure they'll have a decent match.
Well,
for
it
the title.
depends if how much spooky she is. Because if it's like lockdown spooky Alexa, it's going to be just hamstrung by that gimmick, isn't it?
Just the doll
Yeah.
pinning
Like,
Bianca.
I'm sorry, I don't want to fight you, and then ooga booga booga. Arrgh, you know.
1, 2, 3, it's over.
The Miz defeats Dexter Loomis, the highlight of the night. The Miz manages to climb the ladder to retrieve the money, both his money and
Double and off.
Gargano's stolen money from the poker game, just saying. Following the interference from a returning Bronson Reed.
What are you doing here?
We run that in the ground yet or not? I'm not sure. Who attacked Loomis and helped Miz climb the ladder. God, the crowd was quiet for this.
Just a little. They got a decent at the splash.
Yes.
And that got a pop-ish. But yeah, it was kind of like, I don't know whether it was the match killed them a bit, because the match went on a bit too long for me, and there was too many of the sort of, they climb the ladder spots for 18, I think it went 18 minutes.
Yeah, it was a long
fairly
match.
long. Even we wanted a table bump, and they give us it, but it's not a satisfying one.
I think that's why the crowd was so quiet, because like the standards of the day have been set when it comes to ladder matches. All the bombs being thrown through tables and all that big moves off the ladders and whatnot. And this had none of them.
Yeah, it was a very boring one.
This was like, if this match took place in 94, we're on for a barn burner. But it's 2022 now, isn't it? Nearly 2023. Yeah. But the spot with a drop kick with the little tiny balls in the corner, that had me chuckling, so it did. What was Miz expecting?
Has this feud maybe gone on a bit too long as well?
I honestly wasn't minding this feud because some bits have been all right, but this is the dead crowd going, okay, we don't care about Gargano, we don't care about Loomis, we don't care about Miz, but we like chanting that he's got tiny balls.
Yeah.
That's what they like. They don't care about anything else. They don't care about the Miz.
Yeah, it just feels like they're going to drag this on even further with Bronson Reed being back. I think he's going to be like a hitman, wanting the highest bidder sort of thing.
Okay.
But it feels like Loomis has now got revenge on them, or still got to get revenge on the Miz.
Yeah, I
Just
thought with Bronson they were going to flesh out the tag division, like have him and Miz be a team, but apparently on Raw Talk, or whatever the hell it's called these days,
Wow, that is too long.
they had Bronson just do an interview bit with the Miz, and he was just like, give me the money. And then just walked off.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
Yeah. It's all right, though, because Miz has got that successful lineage of people that used to hang out with him. Doing well.
Yeah.
Alex Riley.
Big A-Rai, yeah.
Yep.
Who else? Mizdow? Yeah.
Miz
Yeah,
Dow.
Miz Dow.
He's doing great. And
The Miz Taraj.
Miz Taraj.
Well,
Yeah.
one of them is Uncle Howdy now, landing
Yeah.
on his feet. Why is it? I don't know. It's not been really said, has it?
Yeah, it's not been said yet. No, but Maurice, she hangs out with him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
Yeah. Sami Zayn defeats AJ Styles. Solo Sikoa causes distraction and attacks Styles with a Samoan spike, allowing Zayn to hit the Blue Thunder Bomb.
He got a win!
For the win!
Oh!
Yes!
Armageddon.
What's going on? But I think there's, as much as I like the through line story of this Raw so far with like the Bloodline, there's a lot of interference already on the card. Like every match, we've had some sort of shenanigans going on, which is all right. But I think it was maybe a bit too much.
I'm all right with that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
On a Raw, yeah, sure. Why would there be a big clean victory? It's like, well, why would you want to see a rematch on a bigger time?
I understand its use here with Solo, and meaning that because Zayn couldn't afford a loss here. Styles, he can afford a loss, but I don't know. This one, I was like, I just want to see them go at it.
I tell you, it was like watching Lockdown Sammy, I've called him. because he was doing like a heel manager job in a wrestling match, if that makes sense. Like when Bobby the Brain Heenan would get him wrestle, like he just was like surviving without really doing anything, just basic kicks and punches and whatnot. Then out of nowhere, he whaps out this brain buster, which is the best brain buster I've seen in years. And it's just like, oh yeah, that's Sami Zayn, isn't it? And AJ Styles as well, at the way he's been used recently, it's hard to forget, like easy to forget, I guess, how good he is, and he was good in this match as well. And the Blue Thunder Bomb for the win. It's never happened before, has it? Surely, ever.
Ooh.
I can't in WWE, not on the top of my head.
Think so.
It's always that one where it's like it's not believable. Now it is believable that he could get a
especially
win.
after the spike as well.
Yeah,
you know the how that works. You press. I was gonna do Towers.
do the top. Do the top. Go on.
I would do it if Jack was here, because Jack
hated Just
Seth Rollins promo. Seth Rollins in his hometown, and the crowd is very happy to see him. They reminded us this was actually a live crowd here.
Yeah.
They came alive for this man. Theory interrupts, claiming that he can and will beat Rollins. Rollins praises how great Theory is, but claims that he will never be on his level. The Usos interrupt at the worst possible time, and Rollins is like, okay, let's put our differences aside to battle these guys. Meh. And then Theory makes his escape. And I was like, I can't believe it. It's like, it was the most believable thing that ever happened. Yeah. Owens rushes to the ring to even the odds. Security breaks up the brawl, but Owens suggests that the fight keeps going and they have a match later on.
I did like Rollins being like, put the differences aside, we've got company, and then started squaring up. But yeah, it was very Theory to sort of just leave.
Yeah, I don't know why they're still doing this. It's like Rollins is like, Theory's like, I can do this. It's like, haven't we established that you can't?
Yeah.
I felt like we'd seen this promo at least 10 times before between Rollins and Theory. I did like, I guess we're starting to sow seeds maybe for Theory and Cena at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because
he's like, the champ is here. It's rumors, isn't it? Rumors. I just know.
Ooh, can't wait for that.
Called Seth what the least successful member of the Shield.
Yeah.
Which,
it's only about the 5th time he's been called out on TV, so well done, Theory.
The overscripting was back because he was on about like, I'll take the title from your cold, legendary fingers.
Oh.
That's exactly what you say to someone you don't like. You're cold, but legendary fingers.
He's like a plate of takeaway chips that's been reheated 5 times, that lad.
Yeah, and it was just funny seeing naive, like the architect Seth Rollins become Sting. Naive babyface man.
Yeah.
Just getting left high and dry. That was the one thing Theory should have done, and he did it, so that's good at least. But there's the stuff like fumbling the ball. Like, I'm sure we've seen that promo labeled at Seth Rollins at least 50 times, but I don't know. It was what it was.
Just like Theory's just, fast forwarding through the classics. Anyway, Becky Lynch promo. Becky Lynch calls out Bayley and asks her to face the real Bayley without the rest of Damage Katal supporting her. Ooh. And then Bayley defeats Becky Lynch. Damage Katal are ejected from ringside after the interfere in Becky's attempted manhandle slam. Bayley uses this opportunity to attack Lynch with a TV monitor and then hit a rose plant to pick up the win.
Naive babyface Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Just like her hubby.
She should be smarter than this. She's been a heel for the past, year and a half.
Exactly.
She knows what she's doing.
They soon forget, don't they, Fraser?
Very
but I thought it was just 2 lasses who work really well together, but doing various styles. We saw World of Sports stuff, the Johnny saying, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, right. Greg's...
Just as the commentators would call it back then. And now it's Johnny Saint with the whoop-de-doo. Then we saw a bit of brawling. Both lasses getting that I've put down here. Their sports entertainment SH1T in. Yeah, so it's just a match that had everything. Just really good match. A nice heel win for Bayley.
Their first match in 5 years, apparently.
Something like that, yeah.
They packed a lot in for quite a short TV match. Like, I just want to see them go at it again, but have it be without Damage Control, messing things up. Because it's what their next... Is it the biggest women's match that could happen at the moment, like on a pay-per-view stage?
It was Becky and Ronda, isn't it? Surely still.
Oh, true, yeah. I'm forgetting Ronda. Yeah.
Well, we all tried to.
For sheer star power for the wider watching media, I assume that would be the biggest match.
Yeah.
Not for us. I don't like Ronda.
Surely the biggest match right now is Lacey Evans versus Common Sense.
But don't forget to buy these corn dogs.
Shame.
Stupid.
Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens defeat the Usos. Solo Sikoa once again tries to interfere, but the OC cut him off. Theory successfully interferes and attacks Rollins for the United States Championship, but then Owens super kicks Jimmy and follows up with a pop-up powerbomb to pin him. Ha ha! Theory, you suck.
I like that everything's in sync, though. Like, when he rocked up, I was like, oh my God, everything's aligning. The planets, they are in sequential order.
But yeah,
Good save.
it did everything. The whole show made sense and built to this moment. Like, it was a mess, this match, I feel, but intentionally a mess.
Right.
And it felt earned, everything in it. And it was nice to have the bit, I think it was backstage before it, where Rollins was like, why don't we team more? And Owens is like, well, you betrayed me. You tried to take my spot at WrestleMania. I'm loving Kevin Owens being the only one that remembers anything.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but to be fair, most do now. It's like they always fill in the blanks now on Raw. Like, oh, this is what happened last week or 2 weeks ago. They just forget it.
yeah,
now.
true.
It's a whole new world, Fraser.
But Owens remembers things from 9 months ago, and it's like,
As he should do as
Yeah.
well. That was heading into WrestleMania. That feud,
yeah,
wasn't it?
almost ruined his match with Stone Cold.
But yeah, as you said, all the people who were attacked was like, yeah, balls, we should come together.
Yeah.
Like the rail strikes and take on the real enemy.
Yes.
And the posties. Up the posties.
Up the
And the NHS.
And the
And
NHS.
NHS.
Pay them more, you Tory.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
Not
Sammy
you,
bit,
not you, Pachidi.
the Sammy bit was interesting as well, because when he got in the ring, he was sort of like, ooh, and then just got out. Neither here nor there. What can it mean? Find out on Friday.
And
not
she
this
got the mic and
Friday.
goes, ha ha, you're my only friend. Ha, ha.
It was a good Raw, though, I thought.
Yeah.
By and large, yeah.
There was nothing wrong with it, really.
The last few months of Raw, the crowds have been really quiet compared to what they have been. And I wasn't sure why this was. So I've been like, it's not been as enjoying. I haven't enjoyed watching them as much as because, hey, dead crowd. But this one was just really well put together.
Yeah.
Could they have been piping in crowd noise and now they're not? Is that
Yeah.
potentially what they've been doing? And
They definitely were.
and that's maybe why it's
Well,
not
we
as
could
loud.
tell they were in the Apollo Crews promo. On NXT. Wacky subtitle, you ready? Jack and his laptop need to take a trip to Fallon Henley's family's bar. They could really use the money at the minute. Carmelo Hayes attacks Axiom thanks to a trip from Tricky Willie. You can see in Axiom's eyes how annoyed he is at the result. Well, good. Very good. As he performed really well, so he nails Trick Willie with a shoot. A shoot outside moonsault for good measure.
It was
a real outside moonsault.
it was hit with aplomb, let me tell you. I like the story of the match because Axiom's high on confidence and Carmelo is not because of what happened in the Iron Survivor thingy. Axiom has a Randy Orton 2002 dropkick, which I've not seen before.
Yeah, it was really good.
Axiom's German through the ropes was slick like peanut butter off a golden tooth. The ref not counting the cover when Carmelo did like a sit-out powerbomb was a bit weird. Not even Carmelo reacted, but again, he's low on confidence, isn't he? Delete that off Twitter. Send me it. It's like a bit like Boris Johnson. Just the fact he was like, you do that.
It's the mask from Crash Bandicoot.
And I did like the fact that Carmelo needed Trick to interfere to win the match. Because they're setting that up that he needs Trick for everything, even though he probably doesn't, but he might do.
Bloody brilliant, Carmelo.
He is good. So is Trick Willie.
I only get to see bits of NXT usually. That I'll watch the highlights on YouTube.
What do you mean you only get to see bits? You make the time.
Yeah.
Now.
It was an entertaining match. I'll give him
was,
that.
yeah.
Axiom's. I like his little entrance.
You should use the fast.
I like his little entrance. It's quite cute.
Are you asking yourself why he doesn't use it in matches? Though?
It
Like
is
his
quite
lightning
confusing.
pace, yeah.
Although when I clicked on the video, it was somehow in like double speed. So he was just zooming about really fast.
No, that wasn't normal speed
is
you're
him.
watching it. It's just really quick.
Wow.
Grayson Waller does his best big body Javi impression, by calling out Bron Breakker, who isn't even in the building. Waller wants his title shot off the back of what Roxanne did to Mandy last week, but Bron is away on a media tour in North Carolina. Try mix the two there, sorry. Tony D tells Stax that he has a North American title shot next week and seems really happy about this. Tony orders Stax to go see Dijak, so Dijak can be told to stay out of their business next week. I thought they were working together. They could still be. This is gripping TV.
Who knows which way we're going?
We'll have to keep on watching, won't we, Ross?
We will.
And then Grayson Waller appears during this segment to ask for Bron Breakker. How many times, Grayson? He's not even here, you drongo.
Bloody drongo.
Grayson Waller's the best thing in NXT right now.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. Again, through line story of this episode. They know what they're doing now.
Yeah.
You know, get him in every segment.
Yeah, and using the momentum he had from his success in Iron Survivor, just being a drongo, paying everybody when they were down.
Do you remember that from Round the Twist back in the day? Bronson, you drongo! Is it Bronson? The little ginger lad?
From what?
Round the Twist. Happy weather!
Can't say I've seen it.
When strange things happen.
He's so young.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So young.
Do you remember Mike and Angelo? Is that right? Mike and Angelo?
Michelangelo, the Turtles.
Yeah, him. Yeah, the Australian Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
Inexplicably, he was on his hollandaise when he got hit with radioactivity. Zoe Stark falls arse over tit while trying to attack Nikita Lyons from the rear as Nikita was making her entrance for their blood feud ender. Zoe wins by cheating. Nikita Lyons is in tatters, but at least she has the power of dance to console her.
Right. That's the main thing.
I'm dying of these.
Was it intentional that she missed the attack?
I don't think so.
No, I thought Nikita... I'll never cover for this, but didn't she turn around and expect it? And they said on commentary, she has been attacked from behind, so that's why.
But Booker said that, but it was well after.
Yeah, she didn't turn around when she was like behind her.
No, she was still doing her pose, and then
so it just sort of fell over.
It was like Titus World slide just coming on in, and then Booker saving it by going, she knows what she's doing. She's been attacked from behind before, and I
just think that performance conveys the fury Zoe had for Nikita.
Yeah. I thought she knew it was going to happen because, as according to Booker T, she had been tapped from behind, so she put on those little bananas from Mario Kart.
The chop to the chest area from Zoe to Nikita, like a Ryan Dunn punch from Jackass 1, was sensate, just echoed throughout the NXT shed.
Yes, and you could hear it as well because no one was reacting.
And I've never seen thigh slapping as obvious as this one though. She did like the backward super kick, like roundhouse hybrid thingy, and she just went Hayabaha! Just like that.
She's thought of a good joke.
I thought it was a nice heel win for Zoe, but the match didn't really. It wasn't what it should have been for the feud that these two have.
It was quite a boring one. Yeah.
Cora Jade isn't best pleased about not coming out on top in the women's Iron Survivor match. The murderous Wendy Chu attacks Cora from out of nowhere. They're both bad people that deserve everything coming at them.
True. The story is, Fraser, that Wendy Chu was bullied at school, and Cora Jade throwing the drink at Wendy reminded her of high school.
Right, okay.
But Wendy has terrorized several lives in NXT 2.0.
And she says some very horrible things that we cannot say on this podcast on social media towards Cora Jade.
It was Cora Jade.
Oh, another C word, but we can't say it.
It rhymes with bunty.
Yeah, bunty.
Is that an actual word? Bunting.
Bunting is,
but Bunty could be a name for someone, like a gran. Bunty.
You're a King Kong Bunty, you are. Sorry, I've said that to cut that out now. I'm very sorry. We're at Fallon Henley's bar.
Oh, this segment. Bloody hell.
Put on the fireplace, get some cocoa. We learn that her parents have been running the business recklessly and Kiana James at some sort of knight in shining armor. Despite this, Henley calls her a bitch. The pair will have a match where essentially the winner gets the bar because be damned, banks and taxes, other adult things, let's wrestle. So I've just wandered into an 80s action film.
So to set the scene right, there's interest on a loan that Fallon's parents can't afford.
Yeah.
The bar owes thousands in commercial taxes, and Kiana has taken care of them thanks to her friends at the bank.
So she's bought that debt.
She's bought the debt, but the bank now basically owns the pub.
Yeah.
Because of this, Fallon, whose parents have been saved by a stranger, essentially, says to this stranger, "You're a real bitch."
Yeah.
Which I thought was a bit unfair.
They could, yeah. I mean, the bank owns it, but has there been any contract signed?
Not yet. It doesn't appear so, no.
No, so they're still in charge of the bar. But the acting was what was on top. What was top for him? I think you
don't lambast the acting. I can take criticism of the writing.
It was Kiana James was smart here.
She's a businesswoman.
Why would I put my bar on the line in this match? Like it was a bad segment. It was bad.
No, this is why we watch NXT for these bits.
This was so convoluted and crazy. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Especially
when they were like, "Wait, how did you know about this and all the other stuff?" And then BJ's like,
it was his face. The entire segment was just like a puppy.
You'll never guess whose son that is.
Oh, it's oh God,
it's Bull Buchanan.
Yeah, I was going to say Buff Bagwell, but it's not Buff Bagwell. it's Bull Buchanan.
So yeah, if Fallon wins, she gets to keep the bar, and Kiana can never come back in. But if Kiana wins, Fallon will sign over the bar to Kiana, and she'll get what she's paid, essentially. She'll have to pay any interest on the dollar.
I like when she entered, they were like, you see the signs outside, you're not welcome. Like, what signs?
No Kiana.
No
allowed.
Kiana allowed.
It was
Is that
red
it?
circles across through. Yeah, it's cracking.
Well,
It was
NXT.
something.
Yeah.
I love
It was something.
wrestling when it's like banks, interest rates, loans, paying off debts. But let's wrestle to sort this out.
So then next week they'll do the Phoenix Knights Stars in the Rise contest to raise the funds.
It reminded me back of NXT prior to it becoming developmental, when I think it was Yoshitatsu and Tyson Kidd had a rivalry over a broken action figure. Like, I think Yoshitatsu had an action figure.
Was it of Sheamus?
It was of Yoshitatsu.
Oh, I see.
Tyson Kidd broke it, and they had a rivalry over it, and it lasted forever. It was horrible. But this feels like it should fit in right with that.
This is already bollocks. You said Yoshitatsu was involved in something
Yoshitatsu,
bad.
yeah, I
you
know, right?
misremember him. You misremember him.
Can't stand Yoshitatsu.
Yoshitatsu, what are your thoughts on that feud that you had with Tyson Kidd over an action figure? Yes. The Cowie Girls defeat Toxic Attraction and the Diamond Mine Lasses in a triple threat tag team affair.
Before we continue, there was a comment last week on the podcast. We call Katana Chance and oh my god, I've gone blank.
Carter.
Caden Carter, the Cowie Girls, COWIE, because they like the music and the festivals. And typically, when people go to these things, I've never been to a festival. They take these little disco biscuit MDMA pills called Cowies. Crazy things happen, illusions and.
Did someone think we were saying something else, or did they not understand the joke?
I just don't think they understand what we're saying because we don't talk words very well.
I mean, is that not quite a regional slang for it? Cowies.
The Disco Biscuit Girls.
Disco biscuits.
yes.
Yeah.
The ketamine foxes.
I don't think it's that kind of festival.
No.
Depends what the music's
They're not
like.
sitting in a deck chair in the corner pooing themselves, are they?
That's next week.
I've seen that in person.
You really?
Yeah, a man. Yeah. Just over there. He was in what they call... Why am I on about this? A keyhole!
That's right. Yeah.
And he was just in a little fishing chair, deck chair thingy. The little fold-out ones.
Yeah.
And it was,
He was looking through the keyhole.
He was wearing shorts and Wellington boots. Because,
Okay.
festivals.
Yeah.
What do you think of this match, Ross?
I thought Toxic Attraction would have been split up, but a large part of this match was just showing what a good tag team they are, which I was shocked to see because they got a lot of time in the match, but it's fine. The Hurricane Rana spot off the shoulders by the Cowie Disco Biscuit Kettman Foxes was absolutely fantastic and ridiculous, and also the reversal for the finish was really good. I just hope that the Dragon Sleeper for Ivy Nile, or whatever it's called. Is that what it's called, the Dragon Sleeper?
Dragon Sleeper.
Yeah, it's when you get,
Whatever it's called.
But she puts her arm like that behind the
Yeah.
picture, I think, first.
So she got that reverse for the finish. And then I just hope that doesn't become her, like Shayna Baszler cookie in a clutch.
weakness, yeah.
Where that's the only way to beat her, and everyone does that. But she doesn't learn from her mistakes.
I feel like Toxic Attraction really should be on the main roster by now.
Yeah.
They feel like they've done everything they can kind of do in NXT, right? They've been... They're no longer the longest reigning women's tag champs because I think the Cowie Girls have surpassed them now. I think just get them up to the main roster.
It is going to be interesting to see who is going to be going up in the next few weeks because it is Rumble season very soon.
Yeah.
Now's the time for the surprise, surprise. Celebra. Ora Mencha is now a Cowie girl. He thinks the wrestling and the music are one and the same. Ooh.
They have the same frenetic energy. Maffew does the music and the wrestling. He's not here for a long time, but he's here for a good time.
Just as well.
He's a Kettman Fox.
Booker T interviews his daughter, new NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez. Throw to Ross for movie film reference made by Booker.
Booker feels like Morpheus in the Matrix, searching for the one who will free the world or something.
That's the one.
Throw to Fraser to clarify why it's an accurate reference.
It's an accurate reference from the Matrix. There we go.
What
You got it spot on.
Yeah, but why though?
Because the one is the thing that is like powers an individual that will free the world. That's why it's in. I think it's in Keanu Reeves.
Oh, Keanu James.
No.
We learn what a dynamic trio we have on this week's podcast. We learned that Roxanne has achieved a lot in her 9 months in NXT. Apparently, you can create a human in 9 months, but Roxy has done more. Booker T tells his daughter to remain nervous, and when she isn't, retire.
Basically what he said.
Yeah.
Keep them butterflies.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
He did say it, yeah.
Like, any advice there, Father? Just be nervous.
Be nervous all the time.
When the nervousness is not there, that's when it's time to walk away.
Wait,
Never
surely
know
not.
what you're doing. Does sound like Booker's MO
always
nowadays.
have doubt in yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just ramble incoherently.
I didn't like the reason for why she did what she did last week, though. The reason she gave was, I bet on myself. That's not a reason.
It shows she's not nervous. She bet on
Ah.
herself.
But I want to,
that's
why
the
did
point.
you bet on yourself?
No, she was gambling responsibly, like the
Sean-
adverts tell us to.
Shawn Michaels came up to her and went, yeah, we have to make a switch. Can't be having that.
Apollo! I hated this. His vision was clear, or so he thought. He thinks he should be stood here as NXT champion, but isn't, or doesn't. Apollo doesn't think he's out of championship contention at the moment because he does have his rematch clause, but Carmelo Hayes does. Get out, you back of the line. What? Get to the back of the line, you arse, he basically says. Apollo says he's better than Carmelo, and his nose starts to grow like Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. But without the reference to humans conforming to certain standards of the
Conforming.
day. And Benito Mussolini.
Yeah.
Now, there's a film Ross has watched this week.
You can't tell.
Get your letterbox review on.
I was shocked, me. I was expecting, he's
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. Whoa, he's a fake human, but then he turns into a real boy. Then I see bloody Mussolini's there, getting a puppet show by Pinocchio. It's all about people conforming. Geppetto's son gets bombed in a church. Pinocchio's tied to a cross.
It's set in
No.
Yeah.
pre-World War II Italy. And it's Del Toro, so he's done some like strange stuff with it. It's stop motion. But yeah, it's not your family's Pinocchio. That's the Netflix. No, that's
it's
the
a
Netflix
Disney
one that you're watching.
Yeah.
Should have watched the one on Disney Plus.
Right. Because I remember the one with Martin. Oh, I'm going to get the name wrong here. Martin Landau from the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Is that his name?
With
One
Don
that played-
French.
One that played Sal Bandini. Want to wrestle?
Oh, yeah.
Sal Bandini. Want to wrestle?
That's his thing. Not the Academy Award winning performance in Ed Wood.
Ready to Rumble's the greatest film of all time. I agree with Liv Morgan on that. But yeah, I saw that one and I was thinking, oh yeah, I like that. What's one of my favourite films from my childhood? Along with the Barrymore VHS. That's the one my gran would put in. That's the one my gran would put in when I go around to her house on the weekends and whatnot. I mean, when my mum was out on the piss, probably.
Wait a minute. Was Man Land on the 90s one? Because the live action one, you mean?
Yeah.
Because there was
The one with, Dawn French is in it.
Oh, yeah, that's the one thing.
Yeah. Thingy from Trigger from Only Fools is in it, isn't he? Oh. Is he?
Did you enjoy? Did you enjoy
Double
Pinocchio despite the atmosphere?
We turned it off initially because we weren't a fan of the songs. They weren't good songs.
Okay, yeah.
But then after reading something on, I brought it up the other day in the office, didn't I? I was like, oh, apparently people think this is good.
It's meant to be very,
And then you were like, yeah, people think it's like Oscar worthy potentially.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I should sit down with a different set of goggles on.
I
and
mean,
watch
if you're
it properly.
expecting,
yeah.
hey, Pinocchio, and it's
Once I knew what was coming, I very much enjoyed it.
yeah.
Mussolini, what do you do? Jack's really regretting to take this week off.
Yeah.
Dictators. Ooh, he loves that.
Dictators and film. He likes films.
His review, 5 stars, love Mussolini.
Mussolini, underrated person.
All right,
He did make the trains run on time.
you would give it 4. Would have been 5 if it was Mugabe.
1942, Italy. Robert McCarthy tells him to crucify Pinocchio. Jack's 3 would do. Yes, boy.
It was an awkward promo from Apollo,
Oh,
though,
yeah,
wasn't
the-
it? Yeah.
the promo.
Oh, right. Yeah. Somehow
was,
more awkward.
It was a very wooden promo.
Just ignore that.
Hey, thank you. Hey. How did he end it again? I found that really, really awkward and
I
jarring.
thought he was going to have one of his little
premonition.
when he started licking his lips at Deadline.
Yeah.
One of those little moments, but he didn't. It's just a bit where he's like, always remember, Carmelo, there's always someone better than you. And it's me, Apollo!
It was it was how close he got to his face though, and it was like the big build up to me. it's like no, that was crap.
Hey.
Poor Carmelo having to,
Go along
with it. Yeah.
So we were wanting to see.
I like his
'cause-
leather jacket though. That was cool.
Yeah, leather jacket was great. We wanted to see in here an explanation from Apollo. Hang on, everything you predicted has been has happened. apart from this. So we thought we were going to see like at least one shot, like, oh, whatever. No, he just ignored it and went, oh, well, I lost. Oh, well. No, this man's had his entire universe shattered in front of him. Like, wait, I thought I could see it in the future.
might be
How does this future thing work? Is it like he's seeing...
Fraser, he can see the future.
He can see the future, but clearly he can't. Because he saw
No, we
himself...
don't know yet because the future hasn't happened. We could be 6 months down the line.
Right, because...
And Apollo sat there on his knees with the NXT title in his hands.
Fair. It just...
We're playing 4D chess
I feel
here.
like it's an evil timeline, sort of community situation with the dice.
Maybe, or Christmas Day. It's like, oh, what did I get underneath the Christmas tree? Opens up the NXT title. He holds it going, no! Oh, that was it.
Snap onto the old vision. The camera pans out. There's a big Christmas tree there. His wife and kids in pajamas
I'm
as well.
also amazed that
And they
NXT...
all yell at the same time. Apollo!
NXT has the ability and the technology to capture these visions and show them to us.
Yeah.
It's flabbergasted.
Hey, Fraser, he was a superhero
So he-
at the start because
Yeah.
he would see things happening
And he'd stop.
that weren't quite where he was, and he would get to the place where the vision happened and then deal with it, like an alleyway, a diner.
Yeah, I saw the dino. Yeah.
It's a gimmick that is very much up your alley.
I
It's
don't
like one
understand
of the
why he doesn't use
Avengers,
it.
I believe.
Why does he not use it in nice ref? Why doesn't he use it in matches?
Captain Foresight, that's what his name is.
Yeah.
He's definitely a superhero, and by which I mean Black Adam, because he bombed as well. Yeah, thanks, Apollo. You're rubbish now. I was loving you until this. The New Day are being bastards by making Pretty Deadly do things to score an NXT Tag Team title rematch. Do you know what they made them do last week?
What did they do last week?
They asked, we'll give you a rematch. He goes, oh boy, yes boy. He goes, if you pledge the allegiance, the
To the
American
flag.
thing,
To the flag.
United States of America.
Yeah.
And they went, we're not going to do that. We're bloody British. We are. And we're gay as hell. And, but it's okay because we're British. And then, we're trying to make Brits do American things.
Wow. Yeah.
It's the
I
most
can-
heel
so they
New
shut
Day
it-
have
they
been
shut
since
it down.
2015. Yeah.
Kofi Kingston's from Ghana. He's not American.
Yeah, Ghana recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah. So furthering their run as bastards on NXT by making them get them things. They have a list of things they want for Christmas, but Pretty Daddy can't deliver. Lots of references to all the... I probably have them all there.
I've got Kamala's Mask, Bart Gunn's Brawl for All trophy, Santino's Cobra, Ahmed Johnson's Legion of Doom shoulder pads, Stevie Ray's Slapjack. What was that about?
Oh, they used to have the thing in NWO like 98 when the black and white team, a slapjack was used, and I don't really know what the hell it was supposed to be. It looked like a bag full of pennies. I don't know. It's like, oh, I hit him with a slapjack, and he was just supposed to assume that hurt a lot.
Oh, it would do if it was pennies, like, yeah.
Yeah, but it looked rubbish.
See,
I'm making it sound way more impressive than it was.
I missed the part about Stevie Ray, so I just heard Slapjack. So I was thinking it's just Shane Thorne. And
Well, they did want to...
That would have been fun.
They wanted a different man. They wanted a honky-tonk man, but then realised you literally can't have a man.
Can't kidnap. That's kidnapping.
Yeah, here at NXT, where we're fighting over bar ownership, Bruce Forsyth, and superheroes and time management skills. No, we can't kidnap the honky tonk man. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah. Step too far.
So yeah, they said, well, that's not all of them, so you're not getting your shot. So the eccentric Englishman offered to recite that pledge gimmick, but New Day say, no, that was last week. This week you have to
Could they not just
the
go to like
anthem, I guess.
Adam Pearce and be like, "Yo, can I get a match?"
This isn't Pierce's game.
It's not. Who's in charge? Shawn Michaels.
Yeah,
Go
the
to
sexy
Shawn.
boy.
And just be like, "Look, we're sexy boys. We can have the match." Shawn would do it. Surely.
Sean would get envious, I reckon.
You think?
Yeah.
You don't think
That's
he'd
like
put
looking
the
back
Only I can be
You don't
the
think he'd put
sexy
the
boy.
outfit on and pretend to be one of them? No? I think he would.
Why didn't you ask for Shawn Michaels' barbershop window? Alba Fire is on her way to the ring, but gets spaffed in the face, a lot of that this week, by Isla Dawn's red concoction mist thingy. Yeah, she does.
They're the compound. Dan Mather is the guy who consoles Alba Fire.
Oh, they
It
know
was
that.
Dan Mather.
Yeah.
The big debut happened and Samoa Joe was the opponent and he got beaten, was never heard of again.
That's how I remember him, yeah. The lovable loser, Dan Mather.
In his white trunks.
Yeah.
Remember, he's like very much like 2000 Val Venus.
Oh, that's what you want to be,
Yeah. It burns was said multiple times.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
that.
it burns night in my eyes. Oh, God, that's a horrible.
No, keep going.
No.
It burns.
Hey, arr,
There we go. It's a fight. I like to.
help my Bob.
He just kept on saying the exact same thing as well. He was, I'm here, Alba, I'm here. And she's just, it burns.
There couldn't have been a better person in that role.
Yeah.
Just to shout, it burns, it burns.
Yeah. The party's main... I don't mind. Honestly, Jones, Malik Blade, and Anderson Offey are ready for a night on the pish when they see Ava Rain. The lads offer Ava a seat on the party bus, but she lambasts them for wanting to have fun because she's weird. The rest of the Schism lads appear with the late 2000s emo core shirts and do more weird and are boring and dull.
Yeah. Just, I don't know, just the lads going out on the piss, aren't they? We didn't get to see Edris's chest to clarify if the tattoo was real or
It was
not.
taped before.
Was it? Oh, was this a tape one?
So this was a tape
well,
one.
that fooled me.
Or maybe... Was it taped? I think it was a taped episode. Yeah, it was. So it was taped last week, and they've taped another one for next week. So,
2 tapings?
I think so. So he
We
wouldn't
should be
have had.
so lucky.
He wouldn't have had the tattoo at this point. But yeah, I was. At first, I was looking out for it, thinking, "Oh, this is going to be the reveal." But nah. Who goes out on a Tuesday night?
Students.
We need to go to the.
Dude, if I lived in NXT land when there's all these crazy characters running around, I'd be out every night.
It must be like uni being in NXT land. Do you know about NXT land?
Oh yes, I've seen the
Yeah,
map.
it's good.
It's crazy.
It's like the map that Alton Towers gives out.
I did like how Ava Rain was like, you're trying to fill a void in your lives with all the drink and all the fun and whatnot. While she stood there filling her void in her life with weirdos like Zach Gibson or whatever his new name is.
Why is it Zach
What's
Gibson?
his new name? I've forgotten.
Gak Gibson.
Thingy Fowler. Rip Fowler.
Oh yeah, Rip Fowler.
Why is he the only one that didn't speak in that segment when he's arguably the best one on the mic?
Like, this gimmick is awful.
Yeah, okay, fair, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That's the ticket. Alexa Lopez uses the power of the punch to defeat the heart and soul of NXT at the moment, Indy Hartwell.
It was a match that happened and a finish that confused everybody, but then was revealed to be the brass knucks in the turnbuckle.
I like that they weren't automatically like, aha, we saw what happened. They're like, wait, what happened?
Yeah.
But
Confusion in the shed.
T's shoot confusion. It's lovely. Alba Fire is cleared for her match. Isla Dawn's red concoction mist thingy is completely and utterly buried after 10 minutes. Asuka blinds a man for over a week, FFS.
That doctor must be sick of Alba Fire there because he kept on going, can you sit still, please? Can you sit still? And she's just, oh, my, hi, and it's
She
just
goes,
constantly,
"No."
oh, it hurts. Just drop it. Like, it's a doctor. You go to the doctor and she's complaining.
I just thought it was a shame that, 10 minutes she was in that room for, like, either side of the Alexa Lopez match. And it was fine. She was just sorted.
Just crap mist.
She's Alba Fine.
That's a compound that Isla Dawn has spent minutes making. In a little dish with the,
What did it achieve?
Well, nothing.
Yeah, like what was the goal?
10 minutes of discomfort.
Surely they should have played it up with her going at the ring, blinded.
Yeah.
What's that little dish called where you get the little thing and mash, like herbs and stuff in it?
Come
on, cookery boy.
It's pestle and mortar.
That's it.
A pestle mortar.
Pestle and mortar. I don't own one.
Do you not?
No, my dad
Shut the front
does,
door.
so I will be using it when I go home.
Fair enough. We're going to make you pestle mortar.
I don't know. Ooh, maybe some herbs.
Well, don't make any red herbs, for God's sake. You'll be out of action for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Wesley does a talking thing and speaks words that convey how he doesn't want to be a reactionary champion. He wants to be a really naive and stupid one who wrestles a lot more than he has to.
Do you not think that?
He's the best notes you've ever had. When you put it like that, yeah. I thought that Wesley comes out and goes, can you cheer me, please?
It's just the way it's like, I'm not going to be a reactionary champion. I challenge him, and him. Not going to end well for you, is it? Surely.
Just hold the belt for as long as possible.
There's a fine line between confidence and delusion.
Yeah.
We see it every week here in NXT. Albert is out here, the modern miracle herself, to take on Sol Rucker. She's a surfboard lady, didn't you know? And I like that she has got the scene transition with the whoosh, wave.
Her name, though, all I can think is Veruca's. It just really puts me off, like the whole character. Yeah. It's Veruca!
Which you can get on the sole of your foot.
Yeah.
Oh. Sol Veruca. There we go. Isla Dawn comes out dressed like Sable 98 and twats Alba's arm, which was trapped in the steps. And then she does the thing that the really likes a lot now. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
It wasn't as long as Howdy's.
No.
She was sort of in time with it.
Yeah.
With her own voice.
Well, no, because I think it was playing over
It was playing over the
Oh, no, God, you're right,
Yeah.
it was. Oh. Oh no, Uncle
No,
Howdy
no,
appears.
Uncle
No,
Howdy-
it's just call it wrestling podcast thing.
But it just seemed the sort of like it was over the speakers surely, and the screen was going all funny. It was a bit.
Every bloody show has now got one of these wacky characters. None of them mean anything.
It was a bit naff.
Her gimmick is the wrong side of the naff and like
Yeah,
spooky
it's not
divide.
fun.
Spooky and naff combined. Spaff.
Spaff. Right in face. I did
Hey,
like the
this
arm-
don't taste like gravy. Sorry.
Move on.
Andre Chase is a genius. This is because he's holding a secret Santa party where he is the only person receiving gifts and can see, I'll stop doing that now, who gave him what? As he made those puppets stand in the line to hand him their offerings. Much like Benito Mussolini in many respects.
I've just compared
Pinocchio.
Andre Chase to Benito Mussolini there. It was a genius move, though, to host
Yeah.
your own secret Santa party, but make people give you the gift in person so you could see who's a bastard. And
More
who
of an
isn't.
Idi Amin tactic, sure. Of course, that dickhead Dole Hudson, he's actually right this time, has forgotten to get a gift. He didn't realise it was Christmas.
He didn't know the party was happening.
Yeah, he
so
didn't know it was
busy.
happening.
Poor Alex in
What's
the
this
queue.
in order of? What, miss? Oh, it was great. So, because he's so smart, he makes Alex leave the queue before handing over his gift as if it was his own. Dole says Merry Christmas while looking off menacingly in the distance. Like Richard probably said to Gail in their living room on the nation's favourite street back in the winter of 01 before their untimely passings in 02.
Gail didn't actually die, but for the purposes of that sentence,
I was
she
going to
did.
say, hang on, that's not strictly right. But
There was a number of highlights in this segment. We had Thea Hale getting him a sweater. He's like, "Oh, a new sweater! You know me so well." Pretending to like her. There was a couple of people who got them fruitcake, and he's like, "You know I'm allergic to fruitcake. Do you want my esophagus to close up? Do you want me to break out in hives?" Great sound bites there from Andre Chase. And then, yeah, just the stuff with Dull. I've said it all along, Fraser.
Yeah.
I've been flanked either side by two people who just don't believe me, and now I'm getting
Oh,
proven right.
I full on bought that. Yeah, he's trying to
He's trying to
bring
take over
down
Chase you.
I
he
thought he was
has
fantastic.
one
though.
moment where he forgets Christmas. And
Two!
It changes every year. In fairness, Christmas. It can change any time. He's forgotten one moment, right? And he's actually gone, well, he promised him. He's like, look, I'll get you a scholarship, which is worth more than anything. If he's already in the good books, it's all right then, isn't it?
No, yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'm putting this together with the big boots that connected with Andre, but stopped in front of Thea because, and I quote, "I've got all the precision," or something. I could stop my foot whenever I want to. And he didn't stop it for Andre. Then there's the meeting with Drew Gulak. What's going on there, eh?
rival school.
Big fan.
All I can see and hear when he speaks is the shark from Finding Nemo, Bruce. It's like Brucey. It's like fish are friends, not food. It's just like it's all
Wow,
I
that's
can
a
hear.
throwback.
He looks like him as well a little bit. Looks shark-like.
Big grin, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was fantastic in this. Andre Chase is the best thing in NXT along with Grayson Waller.
Would you chase? Would you bollocks? Would you trust him?
Andre Chase?
No, delightful.
No, he's dodgy.
How could you look at that Merry Christmas at the end of the segment? The evil that was.
He stole someone else's present. I think.
He made a deal for it.
I think
he made a
to make it even better though. I
DEAL
think
deal.
it should have been a very personalized gift. Like I feel
That
like
would've been funny.
I know the whole joke was that he rips the label off, but it would have been even better that it was signed from someone else.
Yeah. Here's a bottle of Prime from me to you as a friend of the fish. Garner James wants to shag BJ.
Straight in with it, yeah.
Straight in there, near messing. She's a businesswoman, but she's also a woman who wants to shag. She makes us known in a promo before The New Day retain their NXT Tag Team Championships against BJ and JB in a thriller. Garner and her saucy secretary, who Fraser claimed he'd eat pudding off of. He did the Taz pudding enjoyment noises and everything. Watch on menacingly from ringside.
I've forgotten I'd written that.
I told you that in privacy, right? I told you that in confidence.
What happens at the Christmas party ends up in the podcast, all right? What do you think of the match?
I was just too distracted by her friend.
I was going to say, yeah, and what do you think of the friend?
It's good to see the New Day in NXT. It was a good match. I thought it put over both teams. Not that the New Day needs to be put over, but like they gave them the rub very well. Right? But yeah, enjoyed it.
I tell you what we learned, though. We learned why Booker T hates the New Day. On commentary, he let it slip. He's like, Booker still hates them because Big E stole the "Can you dig it, sucker" catchphrase, apparently, which skipped me by. I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't remember
I
that.
can picture Big E maybe saying "sucker," But not can you dig it, sucker?
Yeah.
And Kofi broke his record right in front of him.
What?
As-
No, he didn't.
No. 16. I've got 16.
Booker has an entire resume of all the things he
Yeah,
did.
he's got-
It's just at the start of the match, he's like, I would like to see them, the New Day, get the hell beaten out of them. He's shouting on commentary. And he says, congratulations for ruining one of the greatest runs in NXT history, which was Pretty Deadly's tag team reign.
Oh, he's right on that, Department. I love Booker getting mad and going, how dare he steal that thing that I stole from the Warriors. Just saying, mate.
I never believed that BJ and JB were winning, but Briggs did a Kurt Angle moonsault, and then they had a little bit around that bit, and I was thinking, they might do it, but they didn't.
Really nice moonsault.
Yeah.
I didn't know he could move like that.
That's the first time he's done it on NXT TV.
Oh, it shows what happens when you got someone at ringside who you like, and somebody's like, all right, moonsault. Never done it before, but what the hell, eh?
And then we had the lovely elbow drop from Woods for the win. Just the final stretch of the match was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who do you think should beat them for the belts, by the way?
Pretty Deadly.
I think it should be Pretty
Oh,
Deadly.
yeah.
Give
Yes,
them the belts
boy.
back.
Yes, boy.
Yeah, and then they'll make the New Day sing God Save the Queen.
King.
King. Yeah. Get with the times.
It's going to take a while to get used to that. I'm very sorry. Stacks talks to a door. He then enters the door which says Dijak on it, so not sure if he's alive at the time of recording.
He could be dead. Dijak could have seen him off if they're working against each other, but if they're working together, they could be out for a slap-up meal. We don't know, do we?
Yes.
So I liked how that was shot. Like it looked like he was talking to Dijak, but then the camera zoomed out,
And
and
he's
he was
just
talking to a
practicing.
door because he's nervous.
It's the big wooden object, and also the door.
But you open the door, right, and you see into it, the room.
Do you?
Is it not pitch black? As if Dijak's just sitting
Yeah, but
in the dark.
Remember when you were 8 and you created a wrestler?
Yeah, he is exactly
He is the guy
the character.
who would probably live in the shadows.
He's Matt Riley. Yeah.
Matt Riley.
Matt Riley.
When he's 8, that's Fraser's.
I was a bit older than 8. Yeah.
When he's 9, that's Fraser's wrestler name. Matt Riley.
Matt Riley on Create. Yeah, I liked having the call names actually be what they were, not just like now entering the ring, Fraser Portois. You know,
Oh. Yeah,
not
I know
having
what
that.
you mean.
Yeah.
In the shirt confronts the Diamond
Goodness
Mine.
me. Is everything okay?
I'm hungry.
tell.
Can you hear
I
that?
don't know if the mic's picked it up, but that was loud and
It
clear
was
for
loud.
us.
It's my stomach rumbling. I have been having the meal options where you get
the meal
pasta,
options.
whatever. They're really nice, but it is amazing how it works because it is a proper meal that you just add water to and stir around and rom. Enjoyment noises, which you would know off our
Yeah, of
secretary,
course, yeah,
right?
yeah.
But as
You
soon
can buy
as
the
it-
T-shirt, by the way, on cultaholicshop.com right now.
Oh, scrummy. But as soon as it's like done, you're like instantly hungry.
Yeah.
Feels so weird. Like, right, you are now officially needing to eat something. It's like, okay, cool. Indus confronts the Diamond Mine as we learn that Julius is cleared to return to action. Kayfabe. Shoot. Fia is being cleared to turn reaction also. Oh, I see.
That's the story, because
Yep.
Via's
Yeah.
really injured, but
Yeah.
Julius is kayfabe.
Julius is going to take on JD next week because JD is the one who hurt him. Yeah, it's all made sense.
Yeah.
You can follow it.
I liked how Diamond Man were like, yeah, everyone gets growing pains, but we're still a family, a big happy family.
Where's Roderick Strong, by the way?
He's just missing.
Yeah.
We don't talk
I
about
thought
him
he was written off in the hospital, but he's not come back yet.
He loves the food too much to leave.
Yeah.
He doesn't exist anymore in the Diamond Mine.
Yep.
They don't
Wow.
need him. They've
Don't
gone
need
on to bigger and better things.
Fair. They're doing good. Oh, God.
They're strong without him. Grayson Waller rips off Bret the Hitman Hart because Shawn Michaels clearly wishes he left for WCW 97. How many WCW references can we fit into a month of TV, Shawn? That's a good point. Wait, here's Chucky for more. Braun Breaker perishes via his own offensive move. Waller vows to outsmart Breaker again at New Year's Evil. So if you didn't see this, and if you didn't, why aren't you watching NXT? Grayson Waller went, hey, here I am, you dranko. And then Braun Breaker, clearly watching at home, went, right, drove to the arena, got out, put a clutch on,
That was the car, not the dog.
get out. Yeah, he ran over a dog on his way there in the arena, and then got out, charged him, hit the spear on Grayson, and then was KO'd because Grayson had the big chest piece.
Yeah.
Like in Back to the Future Part 3.
Yeah, well,
The least good part of the Back to the Future
Yeah.
trilogy.
And it had a dent in it, which I liked. It had a
Yeah.
Braun Breaker
Braun's
shaped
face.
dent. Yeah, it was what it was. I think we all got the reference. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. You might as well steal from the best.
Yeah, and Booker T went, that son of a bitch stole from me again. Everyone steals from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Waller's looking like he could actually beat him.
I want him to.
Yeah, he's the most likely so far, I think, of Braun's run of defenses. That was a hard sentence to talk. But there we go. We got
No,
there.
you managed it. Well done.
Yeah.
I think we'll see Braun maybe called up in the either at Rumble or just after WrestleMania. I feel like he was overdue at this past WrestleMania.
I don't think he's ready, me.
I don't think they brought him up for a while because he's basically a better version of Austin Theory. So it's like if they wanted two versions of them on the roster, like Time Cop, got both versions of the same character ring around. But now it's the new and improved Austin Theory. It's like, yeah, whatever. Grayson Waller do his thing.
We need more character from Braun. I can't get over the fisherman. I can't do it.
That's this whole thing. Fisherman friends, just have him walk around with them and just hand
Oh,
them
my
out.
bait. I need more active bait because it's too cold for the normal bait to activate. Who? What? Who?
Especially like a babyface Braun goes, God, I love fishing, getting away from all of you people. Oh.
It was a busy episode of NXT.
Certainly was.
I don't know if it was good. I don't know if it was bad, but it was certainly busy.
Yeah, good way of saying that.
Yeah.
AEW, what thing will we say? Oh, here we go. Holy sheeter. Jack needs to stop being a hater and take his laptop on a Dynamite date. Lol. Top-notch work. Should we keep this going when he comes back?
It probably should, yeah. It's a bit poo-housey otherwise, isn't it? It's just last week's comment. I don't know if Joel would mind having a look at the comments from last week while just was talking.
I think it
How
will
many
be
likes
pinned.
is it on? Because it was the top comment of just like, why hasn't Jack done it yet?
Yeah.
It's the elephant in the room.
We'll talk about Ricky Starks while Joel's looking.
Ricky Starks opens the show and says, hey, why isn't Jack on the date yet with his laptop? And he gets the biggest pop of the night.
There he is there.
Laptop. Jack's laptop. Oh, just underneath the complete history of WWE. Which doing
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Go
yeah.
and watch that. What is the top comment?
You might have to zoom in so we can
Yeah.
read it.
Top comment.
I'll tell you what wasn't an upset, because last week's big question was what was the biggest upset in wrestling history or something like that. When Jack's laptop won the Hall of Fame, which meant he had to go to an Italian restaurant with his laptop, which he hasn't fulfilled yet. 183 likes. Top comment of last week.
Oh, wait a minute. Despite Maffew's attempt to bury you. As someone who's recently getting into more film lately, I applaud Jack's efforts and look forward to hearing more of his thoughts. Right underneath, more of Jack's reviews, please, for the fact that it's interesting to hear someone trying to watch more movies, but also because I love watching Maffew and Payne. Well, we'll all get what we want then, won't we? No, like I said, it's people, again, misunderstanding. Like, I'm
More
a
people should
big,
watch
big,
film.
big film buff.
Yeah.
It's just, again, Jack's not doing it because he loves film. Jack's doing it because he wants to get the hee print screen. Look at this pretty review thing on Twitter.
I think
It's why I'm mocking him relentlessly for it. But if I bring him up and he goes, I'll show you, Matt, and becomes a proper film dude, then we've all succeeded, haven't we?
Comes in wearing shades and a beret.
Matthew, you just don't understand Goddard. Anyway.
He just appears in black and white. All the
Or even worse, he brings up some of my film reviews. It's like, yeah, I've got a few thoughts. Just a few page notes. I'm like, oh, no. You don't understand Mussolini's performance in Pinocchio. The best of his career. How hard is to act upside down? Rick Starks cuts a promo talking about his loss last week to MJF. He is interrupted by the Jericho Appreciation Society. Jericho praises Starks, saying he will be the world champion one day, but he needs extra guidance from Jericho. Starks will face Jericho on the January 4th Dynamite. Oh, no, January 6th,
January
isn't it?
6th, yeah.
Oh, no. January 4th is New Japan. Right,
Yeah.
right. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not a reference to anything, don't worry.
Sorry.
I tell you what, I'm really happy this segment happened with the Culties, which go live next Friday.
Oh, yes.
Very much in mind, because it backs up something I've nominated Ricky Starks for. It was a fantastic babyface promo at the start with like he's got morals and MJF's got none of this, that, and the other. But then when Jericho came out, I was thinking, yes, it's good that Ricky Starks presumably is going to get a big win over Jericho, because surely if Action Andretti. I keep wanting to say Ancelotti, but that's something very different. It's the current Real Madrid manager. If he's getting a win, surely Ricky Starks has got it as well. But then he's gone from just being a very good babyface promo to out Jericho.
Yeah.
Calling him like built like an air fryer, dressed like a single father on his fifth divorce.
Oh, yeah.
The J in JS might as well stand for jobbers. Jassholes. That's straight from 2001 Chris Jericho.
He
That's
felt like the Rock.
You guys can have that one.
yeah. And then he was on about blowjobs. And you need a big appetite for a blowjob.
He's like, want to talk to John Cena? He loves him, apparently.
Eggplant emojis everywhere. But it had everything from Ricky Starks, this promo, I thought.
Yeah, and again, it was so great when his music hit, start the show, the pop that came out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, good, they have something with him. Because they did sod all during the middle of the year, apart from losing a powerhouse into the 3 minutes. And it's like, oh, no. And he brought him back up. People love him. Beating people, win that tournament. Beating MJF. Oh, sorry, getting the Battle Royal thingy for his
Dynamite
thing.
ring.
Thank you very much. And then, It's like, yes, fantastic. A new star.
I just love
Isn't the elite.
the bit. It's only in wrestling could you lay down a challenge for a fight, be really tough about it, and then do your pose, which is the
Right.
Be like, come on, then square go. Only in wrestling would that get a cheer. He'd get bullied anywhere else. Imagine in school. Come on, then start in, and then you just.
You built like an air fryer.
Why did you go for Bruce Forsyth then?
I did that in school. Yeah, it was great promo though. He felt like The Rock to me.
Don't say that phrase.
He felt like The
We've already
Rock.
got one. This town's only big enough for one Rock.
Yeah, it was good.
You can beat the D-Lo.
And his name is LA Knight.
Really?
Yeah. The Elite defeats the Death Triangle in a no DQ match, which felt a bit loose to me. I guess I know why they did it, but the other matches have barely been keeping together with the rules anyway. So it's like, wow, this one's no DQ. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
But it's official this time, so therefore the hammer cannot be used unruly, unscrupulously.
Ended Keith Lee on the podcast. Fenix uses the hammer on Omega, but only gets a 2. Yeah. Like, there was a lot of nice action in this, and the comes out of the whale at the time, overselling and promoting the sharp pines on the artificial Christmas tree. Yeah. God, they hurt. Oof. But I actually got annoyed because they've done such a good job of making the hammer seem like this evil sacred object that he hit Omega and then he kicked out a 2. You're like, we've killed that off then. Yeah. A hammer to the head. A hammer.
With the stipulation, it was good, but it just, again, like, it's been used, like, not the stipulation hasn't been used, but they've used sort of these spots before and it just be like hidden, like cheating to win. This just felt a bit, not overkill, but like they were just chucking everything at it. Like, where do they go next? Like,
we know that because they laid it out last week. I forget what it was. I just wish they didn't do that. Like, if it goes to 3 and 2, then we'll get this match. And if it goes to 3 and 3, then we'll get this match. Because they must have said at the start of this one, typically a 3-1 defeat is impossible to come back from. I just wish
after the Red Sox
didn't lay it on that thick mask, Daddy. You know what I mean?
So that Death Triangle, you are right, managed to lock in a triple. No, it was actually double submissions, wasn't it? But then Matt was able to. Managed to break it up. And Pac doing his best to put in that lovely lock he's got with tinsel. So it hurts more.
It was, I thought it was really good, though. The stuff with Alex and Brandon I quite enjoyed as well, this fun bollocks at the start. And then the double table spot off the top rope from the Bucks. Kenny with the pile driver on the barbed wire that then got stuck to his arse.
Yep.
And the ref
just shoot barbed wire.
Hold it in.
Yeah.
And I think you hit him with it and he's had to struggle to get it off. It's like, well, it's barbed wire.
It's real barbed wire.
Yeah.
And then my highlight of the match, and I'm just going to say it now because I think I forgot to write one down. My move of the week.
Oh my! Oh baby!
Which there'll only be one jingle this week because I let Joel know that there must be a rogue one in his timeline about 3 hours in. It just started playing on top of us.
And also it's like the best jump scare I've heard in a while.
Was Phoenix reversing the one-winged angel into a shoot Hurricane Rana for a near fall. What a move it was.
Oh, these shoot Lucha moves this week.
Sorry, Joel, for calling you out like that.
It's the only way to learn. And then, they hit
Don't make me twank your bottom.
Don't give away his Christmas present already. Then he hit a Meltzer driver, not as good as the Sean Ropp suplex, into a chair and Fenix for the win. Yeah. Post-match, Death Triangle do not take it well.
Nope.
Attack the Elite and leave Matt busted open with lots of blood on Pac's chest. Ooh.
Lick it off.
It's tempting, right? Cut to MJF. MJF is livid at Bryan Danielson for interfering last week. Now he wants to give Danielson more than he deserves.
Really liked it, calling Danielson a gutless coward when obviously he's the one running away. Good. Pooh housery there. Classic stuff.
I really like the Burberry belt. I think
Do you?
Oh, I really like it.
Yeah.
It's not different enough for me, I would say.
I think it's just.
You don't think?
Aye.
Oh.
See, I like the subtlety of it, where it's not like immediately, it's not glaring and not ugly.
I guess that's the point, because he was like, when I look at this belt, it reminds me of things I don't like or something. I can't remember what he said exactly. So, yeah, I guess it works. But yeah, just a good Pooh House promo. Yeah. A Pooh House promo.
Yeah. From Poohausen. Cut to Action Andretti. Andretti is very, very happy that he beat Chris Jericho. And then 2.0 come and goes, wow, you're so hot. You've been on fire. And then Jericho hits him with a fireball.
Fantastic stuff.
What a beautiful segue.
Brilliant healing by the JAS. The promo from Action Andretti was straight from the 80s in Texas.
Yeah.
And I've written that down because I've done a Von Erichs Rise and Fall this week.
Oh, so you
Coming
know.
out.
Yeah.
God,
Coming out of after Christmas, I think.
Yeah.
God, that's a slight rise and a massive,
Yeah.
never-ending fall.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
So I'll be happy watching.
Yeah, I think that's why we're saving it until after Christmas.
Yeah.
But then again, it's
Very
wrestling, isn't it? And you see Santa Claus get run over by people
Yeah.
in cars.
Yeah,
You
people
see
don't
the
mention.
Fiend get set on fire just before Christmas.
Yep.
It's what wrestling wants, isn't it? Just sadness and misery.
An elf got super kicked this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who? An else got super kicked this week?
Brandon Cutler.
Oh, Brandon.
Oh, it was an elf,
Brandon.
right.
Yeah, got
Yeah,
kicked.
it rolled a 1.
Oh, yeah, because when Alex squared up, like, oh, yeah, there's another elf in the ring. Who said that on commentary? Can you remember?
Probably Taz.
Taz
sounds
possibly,
like a
yeah.
Tazism.
Bryan Danielson cuts a promo in the ring. Danielson isn't happy at William Regal for turning on the BCC. He mentions his trainers Rudy Boy Gonzalez, yay, and Shawn Michaels, too loud HBK chants. I don't know why that was. But it was Regal who taught him how to be a wrestler. He mentions one thing that Regal taught him, that there are consequences for his actions, something that MJF needs to learn. He also said, you may have seen me my debut performances at 15 miles away from here doing a really bad country dance.
Yeah, line dancing.
And crowd
all
went,
that.
yeah!
At least he knows his audience, yeah.
Ethan Page and Stokely Hathaway interrupt. Page calls Danielson Vegetable Man because he will literally turn Danielson into a vegetable
Till next week.
next week. And I hope
Yep.
he means with a magic spell he's a turnip, not the other definition of vegetable.
Yeah, that must be not as severe over there as it is here.
It's rather harsh
tired
thing
of
to
it,
yell at
yeah.
someone, but I didn't get much. I think we're too distracted by Danielson saying, hey, Stokely, your baldness has blinded me with the light shining off your head. And then Stokely said, what is it?
You raggedy bitch.
Yeah, you're right.
The laugh from the crowd was good there.
You can't follow that with something serious.
Yeah.
Bitch.
I'm glad they're pushing Ethan Page and giving him something to do with Danielson. I feel like that's where he needs to be going up the card. Danielson, with his track record in AEW, I think he will lose this match.
Yeah.
Like it feels like it's one that he's maybe asked for to.
It makes
put him
sense, though, because Paige, as he said, was in the finals of the Eliminator and in the latter stages of the Diamond Battle Royal. But then this made me think, is the firm is still a thing, yes?
Yes.
So the MJF is still aligned with the firm because he's
No.
feuding
Only when he pays them, right?
because he's feuding with Danielson.
Yeah.
He's feuding with Danielson, and now it looks like he's going to have to start battering each member of the firm.
Which means we're going to get a rematch from that hot WWE pay-per-view. Brian Danielson.
Backlash.
Big Bill.
Yeah, yeah.
I said it was part 3, wasn't it? Yeah, they had 2 matches.
they had 2 matches. They had
With
one at-
his last appearance on TV being Danielson telling him how to do the hold.
Yeah.
Was it reverse the hold or whatever?
Yeah.
won it-
On SmackDown, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, was it pay-per-view?
Was it a
They
pay-per-view?
had a pay-per-view match. Either was it Backlash or was it Payback? One of the
One of
two.
them, yeah.
17, it would have been,
17.
yeah.
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 And he was gone a week later.
Yeah.
I do remember that feud because they got a little person in the ring, didn't they? Because the feud was
It was Dan.
Big Cass.
There we go.
It was a tall wrestler, and Bryan Danielson isn't as tall, therefore wrestle.
I just hate the Big Bill name. Then it needs to be Big
No,
Bill
it's
Morrissey.
fine.
No, but it needs the last name for me.
I agree. Bill Morrissey sounds harder.
Big Bill Morrissey and shorten it to Big Bill when you want, and that's fine.
I thought
Then
you
you
would
can
like
be Big Morrissey.
I thought we liked Big Bill because you can definitely put that name in the SmackDown games.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Bill. He's a nice guy in real life. Cut to John Moxley. Moxley is ready for the 300 grand Trios Casino Christmas Battle Royal.
Excuse
that's
me,
the one.
the 300,000 Three Kings Trios Casino Battle
That's the
Royal, I'll
one.
have you know.
Yeah.
Yes. In this week's Rampage. He's also ready for Hangman Page and says that he can brawl him all across Texas if he wants. Mox faces Darius Martin tonight.
It was a good line in the promo. He's like, it isn't my probably got a glass jaw. I was just doing my job.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah. Basically.
I mean, he's spot on there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, he's not wrong.
It's just funny after last. Like, all of these issues were fine, but my son, I forgot his name. Well, it's not my problem.
Who cares?
I forgot your son's name too. I don't know.
I never even knew it.
Samoa Joey promo. Samoa Joe wishes Wardlow a happy holidays because he will not be having a happy new year with the beating coming on December 28th. Yeah. It's nice and simple, isn't it?
Yeah. Again, it's what we said on Rampage. Joe is more popular than Wardlow, really. He's a face.
I enjoyed how it started like a presidential address. Hello,
Yeah.
friends. Samoa Joe here. Yeah, I thought it was a bit meh after that. I was like, yeah, I'm going to beat you up with this, that, and the other. But yeah, December 28th, it should be a meaty match.
Yeah.
Big men. Oh,
Oh, I'm looking forward to the match. Yeah.
slap,
Yeah, it'll be good.
slapping that.
Who's going to
meat.
win, though? Like,
War Dog, isn't he?
do you think?
Yeah.
Joe's only just had the belt.
Is it just for the TNT title or is
Yeah,
it
for
for both?
the TNT.
Yeah, Wardlow will win, won't he?
Yeah.
And then Joe will be the prince of television.
Yeah. He'll do that. Yeah. And then Hook defeats Exodus Prime.
What are you doing here?
Hook, which is also a name of a Transformer, by the way.
Yeah.
One of the Constructicons. Because he's got a hook, you see.
Has he really?
I wish I could make it up. Like Hook uses the Red Rum to win the match in a 1 minute flat victory for the Decepticons. Post match, we see the firm beating up Jack Perry in the back. Big Bill chokeslams him into a dumpster.
Yeah.
Poor Jack Perry.
Hook gets in such a rush to go help his stricken friend. Really good. Just saunters up the ramp,
Couldn't
smouldering.
care less.
Hook slightly walks to see how Jungle Boy's doing. If he wants any crisps.
I thought, I don't know. It feels like we're back to stage one with Hook because they just haven't used him for a while now, have they? By and large. So now we're just doing the matches that he was having earlier this year.
The booking Hook, who's in his 20s, like he's Sting. Like, oh, that's right, he's here, yay.
It's good to see he's still really popular, though. I thought they would lose that organic pop. I thought they were going to lose it the way they were using them, but
They'll have some
I think
booze
it's because
he's
he's-
like, I can't believe you left Danhausen. You're a piece of work.
It's good he's not being used too much, right? He's not
Yeah.
overexposed. The crowd still like him. However, we'll get onto it later, but I think he could have been featured elsewhere on the show.
Ooh, okay.
oh, but Jungle Boy's his new friend.
He's his mate, but
John Moxley defeats Darius Martin. Just another good John Moxley match. He hits the Bulldog choke and then a Death Rider to pick up the win.
It was like a man versus a boy.
yeah.
It was like Moxley was just manhandling him, and then Darius did some sort of comeback, and the crowd weren't really buying it, so Moxley just ended the match.
Yep.
Wasn't too bothered about this one. It was
Oh, it was
just,
a decent match, but
Yeah.
just the crowd just weren't into it for whatever reason.
for me, I know Moxley's trying to help get folk over and stuff, but he feels bigger than just having a match on a Dynamite for me. Like
You gotta have him wrestle
you've
time
got
to
you've
time.
got to, but again, like what we were saying that he deserves some time off. Like for me, Moxley is more of a special attraction right now in AEW, and he shouldn't be having these matches.
Why not?
Controversial. I just because I don't want to see too much of him because I like him, but he's just overused.
What if he said to Tony Khan, Tony, I've cancelled me plans. Use me every week,
Use me
daddy.
every week. Yeah, fair. Moxley can do whatever he wants. Yeah.
I know what you mean. I think once they have the blow off with Hangman, then he can go for it.
Yeah, it just he's been everywhere, and I think he needs some just a bit of breather.
Yeah,
A breather.
I agree with that. And Hook can take his place.
That means Paige will probably win, won't it?
Yeah,
Just so he can go away.
Yeah,
and
Wow.
Paige needs the momentum, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'd say so. Yeah.
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 Cut to Hikaru Shida. She claims that she's ready for the women's title match from Jamie Hayter.
She is.
Yeah. Well,
Yes,
Well, she
thank
was
you.
because they. Whoa.
Yeah, I was going to say, but before that, this would be interesting to talk about. The Guns, who are no longer the club because it's just the two of them, defeat FTR. In brackets, no, really. Austin Gunn reverses a roll-up into a roll-up of his own and gets the win for the Guns.
he's
Bang, bang.
He's holding on the hand to get some leverage there.
Turning an O'Connor into a... Connor.
Whoa there, Connor.
Now I think the attire is the thing, right? It was
The Hitman colours, yeah, in San Antonio. Take that, San Antonians.
But then who
Sean.
did the crowd cheer for? The Bret Hart fan club or the Sean's nephews? Like in K.
Oh, the Bret Hart fan club, yeah.
Yeah.
Just because they weren't wearing the colours, I guess.
Yeah.
I like the story, will they tan their behinds as they set up on Rampage? And immediately Cash was going for atomic drops. So yes, they did.
A bit of a, what would you Nana call it?
A bit of a twank on the bottom. But then, funnily, a twank on the bottom that Dax got at Final Battle, that was his undoing. Because he took what was he going for, a pile driver? And
Yeah, he went for a pile driver.
The
and he
commentators
couldn't-
were like,
he's
if
going to
he
land
la-
on his ass.
If he landed that, it would have exploded. I thought it was a nice heel win as well.
Yeah.
It still not bothers me, but it's a bit of a shame that we used the Acclaimed feud to get to here rather than the other way around.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Uh,
The Ass Boys are entertaining, but they're not as. I think a lot more people are highly anticipating FTR and the Acclaimed than this.
I get
FTR
what
is
you're
just
saying.
wildly underused in AEW. I don't understand why it's like the Ass Boys are great, but FTR's FTR. They should be much higher up the card. They shouldn't be losing really to these guys.
Oh, this is fine. If
It
this
was
is the feud
cheating
we're
to
going
win,
with,
but they should have won. I love the Acclaim, but FTR should be having world tag title opportunities and
they got
winning
one.
them.
They lost.
But they should be winning them.
They only had to wait 9 months or something.
Yeah.
And they're in a weird position because at the same time this is happening and everyone loves them, and it's weird how they could be underrated and underutilized, and they have two sets of titles,
right?
But I get what you mean. But at the same time, they are, prodding the bear somewhat by saying, hey, be in pictures of CM Punk and all this stuff. It's like, you're making it clear to everyone that you're not going to...
I think we might see them move over to WWE in the next, 2 years?
Oh.
Personally, I feel that's where it's going to end up. Because they came in really strong and then they've just gone downhill in AEW since.
As I found out, it turns out, you can have too many cooks.
Yeah, pretty much.
And again, I love them. Like I said,
they're fantastic.
I don't mind that much that the Guns are getting, because
they're great.
FTR can't win every single match ever be in existence, but you're like, wait, where's FTR, the Young Bucks? So no.
Like if this is the feud that we're going with, like that finish last night was good. I'm sorry, 2 nights ago as the podcast goes live. It was good because it wasn't expected. It was poo-housery to the utmost degree. It was lovely to set up a future match down the line. But it's just like when you've got other feuds you could be having, I don't think the Ass Boys are quite there yet.
Yeah, well, where's FTR versus Lethal and Jarrett? Oh, here they are. Sanjay Dutt has a rap video about the Acclaimed.
This was incredible.
I enjoyed
You
the
said it.
poo-housery. I enjoyed the poo-housery.
It was funny, the last line about him and his best mate is Lethal and Jarrett.
It's just the bit where the camera's there and Jarrett's got his last gunslinger. What's his nickname? The Last Cowboy.
Killer of a Good Day.
He's got his little thing. He's just there, like bopping away, and I'm like, what is this? I'm still asking the question why he's on TV.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it could be worse, Ross. It could be Rick Ross is here to mediate Swerve and Lee. Ross opens this by calling Lee a big mother effer, and it is not bleeped. I forgot how to talk then. I'm very sorry.
I thought that was on the ad break, but it clearly wasn't.
Yeah, no.
Because we got to see obviously all the ad breaks on Fight TV, but yeah.
So when I was writing these notes for it, because I used Google Docs and we've got the same company email handle, it kept on correcting it to Rick Ross Tweddle. So that's in there.
Well, I am a boss.
Apologies.
I'm a mogul.
Yep.
Absolute legend, as he kept on saying.
That's right.
Constantly.
I thought Keith was making it look like a right mug at the start of this segment. He was laying it on thick. I thought Rick Ross, by the way, he sounds the part as like a wrestling manager. Yeah. I think what he does, he sounds the part, but the way he was just like, here's Keith. But here comes the young legend, Shane Strick. And he was like getting in Keith's face, and Keith wasn't like twigging on what was going on. It was like, Keith, they're going to attack your son. Run away.
Yeah, almost as if they got someone who isn't in wrestling to do a wrestling bit, right? Swerve makes his way to the ring, but insists it to be done his way. There we go. Yep. Swerve tells Lee that he needs to keep watching his back, and then Parker Boudreaux.
Trustbusters.
Yeah,
they're over.
Right?
No.
They busted our trust. Attacks Lee while wearing a Mogul affiliate shirt. Lee gets the upper hand and knocks Parker at the outside, but then another person jumps Lee. Swerve hits a double stomp to a cinder block placed on Lee's chest, which I thought was a very impressive thing. And it's revealed that the other guy is baseball player Grandam. Is this who it is? Is it real?
Yeah, it's genuinely real.
That the guy with all the tattoos?
Yeah. He's a former baseball player who has apparently been signed to AEW for a while. He's just been waiting to debut. He's been training with Jay Lethal. He looks menacing with the tattoos and the look. But yeah, it was a bit strange. I don't think anyone knew who he was.
Yeah.
And I think they've got quite a deep roster.
But I like that else. I like that we're getting a new faction with people like we largely haven't seen before. I know Parker was in the Trustbusters.
Yeah.
But I like it when gimmicks feel fresh. It was like back in the day with us when we were kids. You just see random people rocking up with new gimmicks and whatnot, thinking, I've never seen him before. That must be his gimmick. It just fits the part.
Yeah. Oh, D'Lo Brown and Chaz are low down now.
Yeah. Exactly. That just doesn't work.
Personally, this is the area where I would have put Hook in. I know he's over as a face, but I think him and Swerve would be fantastic together.
That's a good point, but he would overshadow him.
Yeah,
this is to make Swerve look good.
Yes.
And to make Swerve a heel.
Yeah.
Hook wouldn't get booed.
That's the only thing, but I feel like they're such a perfect fit. A rivalry between the two would be fantastic.
I love that they properly turned on the AEW pay-per-view, but then they had the Ring of Honor one a few weeks later. So I guess we'll just team up this one more time, and I'll hope he doesn't.
I was surprised to see Keith batter down Parker and then start to get the better of the other fella. Yeah. I was like, for a debuting segment, just have them obliterate Keith. Like, we know what Keith can do.
Parker looked not very menacing, coming in with very weak forearm to the back, and then just sort of getting tossed out the ring.
Yeah.
It was just like,
He is still really green. I mean, he looks like, wow, look at this.
Yeah.
Like Vince McMahon looking at him, wow, look at him. But then he's like, yeah, he's still learning.
It was car crash TV. We were saying this before. Like, I was like, it's so bad, it's good, but it's not good. It's just you can't not watch it.
Mind you,
bad.
Rick Ross did put a nice bow on the car crash when he was just like, after the concrete bit happened, he was like, oh, you might need attention. He said a bit more better than I did there. But
it ended really. If you just watch the end bit, it was a really good segment.
It was like Michael Cole commentary after though, because every hit he was just going whoa, 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 and it was just like it added to it. It did help.
Put your left leg in.
I'm intrigued to see where it goes, me, because it's just as they look, and with Rick Rouse there and Swerve, I think they've got everything they need to succeed. But will they get the time to? I don't know.
Good question. Maybe. Good question. Cut to the best friends. They say they're ready for the Rampage Battle Royal, with both Trent and Cassidy wanting to buy Chuck's mom a house.
We also see the Dark Order at this point. I think they're with Hangman, and they're like, "Oh, don't interfere," and he's like, "But Mox is going to be there," and then Hangman just walks off. Sort of just.
Well, he's going to get involved, isn't he?
He's going to get involved, of course.
No, they said don't.
Yeah.
You cynical.
When has ever anything the Dark Order have said ever mattered?
True.
That's a harsh thing to say.
But true.
This year, 2022, when has it mattered? It's a shame to see what's happened. Maybe they'll win.
Do you remember, like, it was only a few weeks. It really was only like a few weeks ago when they had, hey, yeah, we're all together now. Yeah, Rampage for like again one of these 10-second bits, and they all put their hands in. And he goes, "Oh, it's you. You're back." And because of the bald guy with the beard, it was Stu Grayson. But then Angels had to go. No, that wasn't me. So I love them, but it's just like, yeah, you're on your way out, pal.
It's a shame, like, isn't it?
They're all sending their CVs to Swerve, going, "I'm gonna be in the group." And then the main event.
Oh,
are you ready? All right. It's AEW Dynamite. It's the main event. It's a women's title match. It built up. The crowd reacted. It was given time. And it was great.
Yeah.
AEW Dynamite.
What?
Who are you? What are you?
No, damn it. I was going, who are you? What have you done with the film? Bollocks. Yeah. Sorry, I Pavloved ourselves there. Jamie Hayter defeats Hikaru Shida to retain her women's title.
They beat the piss out of each other, and it was fantastic. Couple of highlights: the snapmare off the turnbuckle to the apron, the suplex on the floor.
Suplex brutal, right?
Yeah, it's just the deadlift powerbomb Jamie did right at the end, and then the sort of kick out, and then obviously the Rainmaker finished it off there soon after. But they just beat the piss out of each other, and that was the thing. Featured slot, given time, two people like the crowd had investment in. Yeah. It just was a good main event.
Her clotheslines incredible. They look really sore. I don't like. It's just I love the name as well. The Haterade.
Oh, it's
just the hater what?
The Haterade.
The Haterade.
Yeah, the Haterade. That's the Haterade. Yeah, really, really strong main event. I was expecting it to be good, but I wasn't expecting it to be this good.
Right.
In terms of like how much it'd been built up.
Right. I thought Hikaru Shida just comes around and she's like, "Hey, it's me." And like, "Oh, I remember you." She hasn't had much going on for a while now, apart from, it's her. So I was nice that the crowd were like really into it.
Yeah.
Like, no, there's a chance Hikaru Shida's winning. It's like, there's not really. But this crowd thought there was.
Yeah.
So well done. Post-match, the baddies beat down Shida, but Tony Storm and Saraya make the save to end the show.
Yeah.
I think Saraya might have found a tag team partner.
Yeah. It's definitely not
January the 11th.
Mercedes Moné.
Well, no, she won't be in Japan, will she?
No,
yeah,
she'll be back
home, yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
In Boss Town.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a good Dynamite. There's lots of highlights. Even what Fraser reckons is the really bad bit. I thought even that had highlights in it.
Yeah, it was still entertaining. Like
Rouse.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But it was the weakest part of Dynamite.
But it was like nice to see them slow down a bit again. Like Starks got time at the start, the main event got time, Rick Rouse got time, Death Triangles match got time. What else got time? Danielson got a fair chunk.
Yep.
All of the segments had room to breathe and got across what they needed to. I think it was the little bits in between. There was quite a lot of them. The little like jumped backstage, something like that. Maybe cut some of them down. But apart from that, really good Dynamite for me. Wrestling's good, guys.
Wrestling is good.
It is good. It's nice to have fun. Even NXT, which I've criticised, is decent. Decent.
Decent.
Not good.
Shut up.
LA Knight's good as well. So I'll give you that.
Oh, thank you. That was the week in wrestling.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
So a little look in our lovely mailbag from our lovely readers. Number 1. Ho, 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 how you doing, lads? With the holidays among us, what better time to create a new game to play around a roaring log fire? Dream Wrestler, come dine with me. You are tasked with creating the most entertaining episode of Come Dine With Me ever, using only wrestlers. Can be from any era. No restrictions of reality here. This is Cultaholic. That's what they typed here. 4 wrestlers battle it out over the course of a week, creating their own menu, putting on the best night possible, whilst the other guests score them from 1 to 10. Who do you pick on the episode and why? Have an awesome holiday and a well-deserved break. Love all that you do, from the podcast to Jack's weird series, Fraser's worst of series, and everything WTF. It all keeps me connected with wrestling and is a constant source of happiness. Oh, that's from the lovely, lovely person,
nice.
Tom Marriott.
Thank you, Tom Marriott. You've just addressed his email as Tom, but I thought I'd better put Marriott on there. I hope that's okay. Otherwise, people have just gone, Campbell?
Tom Campbell. Campbell.
Campbell!
So, do you know, is that actually his surname, or are you saying you just guessed his surname?
No, I saw the email address.
Oh, okay, right, thank you. I just guessed your surname, mate.
It was Tom
Works at the Marriott Hotel.
So, Dream Wrestler, come dine with me.
So 4 wrestlers you need. That's typically a come dine with me episode.
Do we do, right, are we say all 4 at the same time, or like one apiece and then go round?
Let's go round in a circle.
Yeah, let's do that.
Who's your number 1 pick, Fraser?
The Boogeyman. Because I feel like he would cause a lot of chaos, and I'd love to see what meals he would prepare. It's not meant to be a good come down with.
Just be worms, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but that, like, imagine the reaction of the other guests. Chaos, or him trying to eat normal food. Wild.
I can't get away from the raw sexual tension that Big E would cause while cooking meat, wearing no clothes. Yeah.
We're one of those kiss the chef aprons,
but with
nothing else.
Big muscle tits out instead.
Right. I'm hungry already. I'd have CM Punk, because my favourite episodes of Come Dine With Me always involve someone going off on one for no apparent reason, and the fact they're taking this thing way too seriously and having a good old rant.
I was
Tried
about
to combine
to
2 words there.
also say CM Punk, purely for him to just sit there, be tired and old, and eat some muffins.
Here are my teetotal muffins. Great.
So yeah, I'll go with CM Punk as well. Yeah.
Who's your third? Or your second?
It's all CM Punk around it. So my second, then, to counterbalance that, I'd have, because you have Happy with the Sad, Doink the Clown. Because you're going to have a few weirdos on.
I might as well say my other 2 now.
Okay.
The Jacksons. The Jackson 2.
You get the Bucks.
I did wonder.
Yeah, just because Phil's there.
Yeah. I was going to do that.
Let's
You
go.
can, you still can.
No, I've got a better one.
Right. I'll go for. I Doink's a good shout, though, isn't he? I'll go Gunther. Just, I feel that'd be fun. Him in there, just taking no nonsense from the other 2. Yeah, who's your next one?
I'll do my last 2 as well. Bret Hart, who everyone's happy to see because of CM Punk loving to rip off his matches. Homage his matches. And Goldberg. Doink there just for a bit of spice, I think.
Then the last one I'll go for Triple H, just in there. I feel he'd be a bit, just spraying the water all over the table. You'd get all that bit.
I'm making a British cuisine, big beans, pasty.
It'd be fun.
I made them. I bought them.
I'm surprised WWE, when the network was a big thing in America, didn't do a Come Dine With Me style show. I guess America might not have Come Dine With Me, but
yeah. I think that their version of it, they wouldn't quite get the nuances why we like this, the passive aggressiveness of people, the little people you judge and then bring out the nice stuff in you. And then just people having to be nice around people that I absolutely hate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Tom's surname. Hey, lads, what's been your favourite non-wrestling memory from 2022? Hope you all enjoy a lovely, well-deserved break. Ben from Wollongong. Thank you, Ben.
Best non-wrestling memory for this year was going on holiday. I went on holiday to the south of France with Rachel. It was our first sort of holiday away since 2019. We went to Disney in Paris for a couple of days, but we went to Nice and Cannes this year.
Damn it, I was going to try and interrupt you and go, you went to south of France? That sounds Nice.
Nice.
But I don't know whereabouts the country it is.
It was Nice.
It
It was Nice, yeah. We went to the French Riviera.
Did you Bordeaux a plane?
Hey, we did.
I don't know where Bordeaux is in France.
Bordeaux is... I just think, where
Did
is
you
Bordeaux?
rent a flat?
Come on, keep going. But yeah, that was the best non-wrestling memory of the year. Was going to France.
Did you go to that?
Did your camera have alarms on?
Did you enter the Hall of Pain, which of course is French for bread?
Because okay, right. This is painful.
I'm out. I'm sorry. So you got that out with no la resistance from us.
Yeah, it's good. So there we go. That was my pick. Standing on the top of this massive mountain, looking over Nice. Yeah.
Hey,
Ross.
I had a couple of holidays this year. I went to Tenerife and I went to Salou/Barcelona. But they were good. But the answer is the Cultaholic Triple Jump Summer Bonanza.
Of course. What do you remember from that?
Not much, but I remember the best thing I've ever done potentially in my life was I got into a bit habit of throwing food around at the end.
Thank God not for the Christmas one.
We had this big barbecue and there was just too much food to go around for everybody. So there was loads of food left at the end. And me being me, I just got a bit drunk and threw a burger patty out the window of the caravan. And then after a second, I was like, I'm going to have to go and get that on at like 1:30, whatever it was, in the morning. And then I went and got it and the window was just ajar enough. And I was like, I'm going for it. Sam was sat through the window and I've just got this burger patty and sconned it through the window, nailed it. Slapped it off Sam's face. The noise was sensational. I wouldn't be able to do it if I was sober, but that moment there is where my life peaks.
See,
That's your highlight. It's what you was hitting Sam, your beloved friend and colleague, with a half-cooked burger.
I can just imagine it sliding down his face.
It was the crashing and the slide down. Wonderful scenes.
Oh, God. Well, most of some miserable by comparison. Going to the weddings of my one of my best friends, Daniel Lowe, in deepest, darkest Leeds, and also my cousin Jamie, which was somewhere in the north. Wow, no idea what the hell that was.
Somewhere in the north.
I was driven. I woke up.
I should also say the 3 weddings I went to this year. Thank you for the invite. I went to 3, yeah.
Oh, which ones are they?
My friend Dan, my friend, oh my God, Ryan, and my other friend Richie.
Congratulations to everyone that got married this year.
One of them spawned me Jeffrey Dahmer video.
That was one of the greatest things on social media this year.
I need to stop
Don't
drinking.
do it,
I
Jeffrey.
think that's what I've learned this year. Just need to stop drinking. Or maybe stop drinking as much. Just have a little tipple from now to time.
Unless you have like security. If you had like, if you paid a Bronson Reed to look after you, or look for other people to get away from you, it'd be all right.
You did say that going into the Christmas party this year, but you did try to use Andrew like a javelin. Yeah. So
it's like Kevin Nash and Rey Mysterio.
We caber toss just.
I'm just happy that
right at Sam's face that slid down.
The best, it continued from there. Like, I was throwing corn on the cobs just as high as I could in the air and having them land on random people's caravans. Because my rationale was, when they go to the front desk and complain and go, and the guy goes, "What's the issue there?" And they're like, "A corn on the cob woke us up." That was like my. They'll be like, "What are you talking about, you silly person? A corn on the cob woke you up? That's never going to fly in court."
Oh.
So then I got,
what was the song you sang at karaoke?
It was Elton John and George Michael. Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me.
You yelling at everyone, "Come on, get up!" And some people try to stand up, but there's old people who are around pretty going, "Get up!" And they come going, "No." Every time you yell, "Get up!" No.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Elton John. And then just pointing at the screen.
It was on the screen, I had to say it.
Yeah.
I just remember that there was the one family who didn't know them. They were just random people there for a nice caravan holiday. they were just sat there, sat on their hands, just looking not very happy. And I was like, "Come on, get up, have a little dance." Yeah. And they were just sat there like,
miserable.
Yeah.
No.
That was
responded
a good
every
party.
time rather than ignoring you. They just kept going, "No."
Yeah. Dan's story was also fantastic of breaking that man's arm.
Wait, what?
Dan tells it better than me, but everyone's having a bit of a boogie on the dance floor. Mark Andrews is there singing it, and it was it Sweet Caroline, I think it was, when he did it. And this old boy was just sat there with his wife, just like remembering the good times. Like, I used to be like that with the lads when I was young. He was like, Dan says he's reliving his youth, watching us have a little boogie on the dance floor. So Dan was like, "Now's the moment. I've got to go and get him." And he went and pulled him up out of his seat.
Oh no!
I don't know if his arm came with it or like just dislocated his shoulder or something, but the old fellow was just sat there like, oh. After Dan tried to pull him out.
Dan's got some strength on him.
Dan tells it better than me. But
The surf party was fun.
Yeah, it was great. Highlight of the year. God.
We'll do it again next year.
Oh.
Hope Mark Andrews is back.
Yeah.
oh yeah, we've got a timer for a Mark Andrews sing along.
He's got a busy schedule though, so might book him in advance. Topic on hey up diddlers. Multiple time writer in, and I have shown my love many times before, so I'm going to get straight to the question. With the crowd's tepid response to Jonah's debut on Raw, and the crowd response to other returning re-signed talent, i.e. Karrion Kross, Emma, Hit Row, etc., do you think WWE is potentially at risk of getting into a previous trend of signing up all the talent and having an overbloated roster that isn't getting used?
A roaster?
A roaster. It's Christmas on the...
I'm thinking of you. What do you mean? Overbloated roster. I like a roaster, actually.
Well, I love a roast.
It's just full of meat. Do you also think that potentially Triple H is relying too much on the crowd having prior knowledge of the returning wrestlers? Personally, I think he is, which is leading to sometimes deflating reactions from the returning / debuting wrestlers. Stay happy, stay healthy. Former Huddersfield forward, Andy Booth, a.k.a. James from Huddersfield. Thank you very much, James.
Cheers, James. Yeah, I do think he is relying on it a bit too much, right? Like, and the roster is getting more and more bloated. There's only so many people that can actively be on the shows. I understand he is wanting to bring back some of the people that or some of his boys, you know, the folk that he built up in NXT. Mm-hmm. But it does come to a point where it's like, it's diminishing returns on it. It's like the crowd only reacts so much. I think Hit Row has been a bit underwhelming since coming back. I think they're not the only one. But I feel like eventually we will see some people get cut, and some of these returns might be in them, and it might maybe justifies maybe why they weren't here in the first
I was
place.
just looking for news in case we missed it.
No, it's very good.
Everyone else is off today.
I'm just doing the same. Doing the same. I agree. I think what he's doing right now, he is getting people ready and stuff and filling up the roster to disguise the fact that we still only have one world champ.
Yeah.
And they've had a pretty good run of it. I remember like this, 6 months ago, actually maybe even further along, 8 months, like, what are we going to do? Cody's out, Randy's out. We've just done this feud with Roman. We can't do Seth again. Kevin's wanting time off, whatever. We've already just done that several times already. Drew, etc., etc. What are we going to do? And the answer's been, we've been all right. We've managed it. It's been a
got through
unique period for this year. A lot of things have been unique out this year, bloody hell. But yeah, just that. What are we going to do? Just have him beat everybody? Fine. But look at this amazing bubbling underneath air fryer of an undercard. And again, you are right, though. It is like, hey, it's Emma from blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, cool. 3 weeks ago, we had Bray Wyatt's mega return, which obviously that was wow, I can't believe it. And Cody Rhodes, obviously. But everybody else has been, I hired them in NXT. And they're part of my brand. It's like, yeah, people didn't watch Black and Gold. That's why he changed it, remember? So
I can see what he was going for with like just the shock of like, here's a new person. You never know what's going to happen on Monday Night Raw. But then it's the bit afterwards where I think with certain people, Candice LeRae is the main one that sticks out because I don't know. A couple of weeks ago on Raw, she was like, "Oh, you know old Pixie Wings." I was like, I don't know anything about Pixie Wings. I don't know why you wear Pixie Wings or anything like that. It's that bit afterwards where we've introduced the person but not elaborated on the gimmick. Where it's sort of been let down with certain people, not everybody. Like I think Karrion Kross. As boring as those promos have been, at least they've been in depth.
Right.
And the gimmick's been conveyed. He likes clocks and time.
Right. If they're not even popping for Gargano, who was one of the
big
golden sons of Triple H's NXT run, what chances, hey, it's Bronson.
I think it's just everything a bit too fast, really. Like, the programming's been good, but it has just been like, for what, a month period, it was like a return, 2 returns every show almost, and it was like, oh right, Fightful Selects reported this person's coming back, and they're back the same night, and it's just been that. If he'd spaced them out, I think it wouldn't be too much of an issue. We're maybe just getting tired of, we've got a new character, and it's what Tony Khan gets criticised for.
Absolutely, yeah.
Triple H
shouldn't
be free from that criticism too.
Remember the Ring of Honor lads?
Yeah.
What
Remember
was their
them?
bloody name? Bloody hell. They had purple. The three of them.
Matt Taven. No,
Oh, the
Kingdom.
United Kingdom or something.
That's
That's right. They've left the EU and they've joined AEW.
It was the Kingdom, wasn't
the
it?
Kingdom.
The Kingdom,
yeah.
thank you. So Matt Taven.
Matt Taven, Mike Bennett,
and,
Canellis, yeah.
Canellis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Then they had like one match since.
Yep.
Yeah, same things happened in WWE, so anything they can do, they can do just as bad. So, good lads. Thank you very much for the lovely mailbags and questions, the thoughts, the queries, the opinions, the complaining, the everything else you've been sending to us for making a 2022 a more happier, more sane place for wrestling.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Reese Piss. Hi, diddly ho, diddlerinos. Here's the finest piece of Reese I can come up with you to bookend the year. It's a simple setup. You have 12 champions and 2 options to dethrone them. Fastest thought first on who you would like to end the reign, and a short why if you feel the need to. Much like a 3-hour Raw, there will be some choices that are obvious and some that will make nobody happy. But after all, 'tis the season. Your options are as follows. Fastest thought first, so Fraser, Ross, me. Bron Breakker drops the NXT title to...
Grayson Wolf.
Wait for the choices, Fraser.
I'm just excited for him.
Don't come too soon. I hate my life.
Carmelo Hayes or Come Tuesday.
Oh, Carmelo Hayes.
It's come Tuesday. Carmelo Hayes is main roster. Doesn't need the NXT title. It's
You are right,
It's
but-
too soon for come on the main roster.
It's premature. you
It's
might say.
premature, yeah.
Veer was all over that, though.
Huh?
He was coming all over the main roster weekly. Veer.
Via.
Yeah.
Aye, aye.
Yes.
And look what happened exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Too soon.
Too soon. Carmelo Hayes. Samoa Joe drops the TNT title to Powerhouse Hobbs or Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy.
I'll go Jungle Boy as well. In fact, no, I want a good Powerhouse. He's a
gonna
big
get
boy.
Hobbs.
Yeah.
These promo packages have been good.
I don't think Jungle Boy needs it right now. It's got all the momentum of beating the dinosaur in the cage.
Did we
Yeah.
speak about the Book of Hobbs? We didn't, did we?
We didn't speak.
You
no, but
missed it out
I
the
missed
notes.
it. I'm sorry,
you
guys.
amateur.
I'll.
Here I am with a fine-tooth comb.
I'm ashamed of myself. Yeah.
Aye, they were good about his dad and that.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Shame on you, Fraser.
I'm gonna hit myself after this.
Are you? No need for that.
God, you turn Powers into Power Maisonette Hobbs.
We've got some news, by the way, just to...
Oh, thank God.
get you-
Hello, Ross. Yes.
This is from WrestleVotes, the mysterious buggers that they are. I'm told the
Oh,
proposed...
yeah. What's Louis Dangle got to say?
It's not Louis
not Louis
Dangle.
Dangle.
Oh, sorry. No, it isn't.
Boo. I'm told the proposed WWE live event in India scheduled for the 18th of January has been postponed for unspecified reasons.
Oh my God.
What, they remembered it was happening?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, on important things. Gunther drops the IC title to Shinsuke Nakamura or Drew McIntyre.
Drew.
He relinquishes the title himself.
I'd
and-
rather that.
if those are the two options, yeah.
Yeah, probably Drew. I can't remember the last time Nakamura was on TV.
Yeah.
He was on fairly recently.
What did he do?
He went to NXT for a bit.
They did. Yeah.
Oh,
He's going to know us soon.
No, yeah. The Acclaim dropped their AEW tag team titles to FTR or 2.0.
FTR.
FTR.
I do 2.0 the titles. Like, FTR falling out of favour with AEW, and again, they're not helping themselves by being undiplomatic on Twitter. So 2.0 the titles been mint. I love that idea. The Usos dropped their WWE tag team titles to Sammy and Kev or the Street Profits.
Sammy and Kev. Storyline wise.
Street Profits for me. I'd rather have Sammy win the U-Woo.
Ooh.
Personally. Dethrone that tribal chief.
Yeah, I want both.
Yeah.
He wins all the titles at once.
Yeah,
Sammy and Kev.
Kevin and Sammy get one.
Yeah.
And the Street Profits get the other set.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Jade Cargill drops the TBS title to Chris Statlander or Willow Nightingale.
Statlander.
Nightingale.
What, Willow? Yeah, but that's her Chris. She's been cursed with the injuries and stuff, and Willow Nightingale is there. She's ready. Crowd love her. Put the title on her.
Wrestles like Batista. Smiles like... I don't know. Someone's happy.
Some not Batista.
I was like, what's this going to rhyme? Oh, nothing. Right, okay.
Smiles like a barista. There's a rhyme for you.
That's not that bad, actually.
Is it not?
Yeah.
I thought it was bloody awful.
Lifting ourselves up. Ronda Rousey drops her women's title to Charlotte Flair or Lacey Evans?
Well, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair. You break that record, Charlotte.
Yeah, go on, Charlotte. I can't believe she's the worst of two evils. At least, whatever. Jamie Hayter drops her AEW Women's title to Saraya or Sasha Banks / Mercedes, whatever. Oh, wait, sorry. Sasha Banks / Mercedes Moné / Cash Dollar Reddies.
Out of those two, Mercedes. I think it would help boost that division.
Yeah, Mercedes. The hate she gets, I don't quite understand.
It's crazy,
it's where it comes from. But there we go. Because just in the news with her this week going to Japan and whatnot, some of the comments I've read.
Yeah.
Bloody Nora. But have her win just to upset those people.
Yeah. Bianca Belair drops her Raw Women's title to Rhea Ripley or Liv Morgan.
Rhea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Liv. Seth Rollins drops the US title to Cody Rhodes or Sheamus.
So, Austin Theory's the champ.
Just sent in a while ago. Austin Theory drops his US title to Cody Rhodes or Sheamus.
Sheamus. Give him another title reign.
Cody Rhodes, because he is America.
We'd suit the title, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He is America.
Absolutely.
Get him a custom belt.
He just
with
put the belt
with
round his
tattoo.
tattoo. MJF drops the AEW World title to Malachi Black or Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston is the only answer there.
Yeah. And finally, Roman Reigns drops the WWE title to The Rock or Brock Lesnar.
Oh my God, what is wrong
Can
with
you
you?
even imagine?
Email
Come
person.
on. I'd put it on The Rock. Out of the two of them.
How about the two of them?
Out of the two, it's a bigger deal whenever someone would beat him. We've seen folk beat Brock. I mean, we've seen folk beat The Rock, but
Yeah, I guess out of those two, The Rock.
Yeah.
I'm not happy
don't
with
want it.
either.
it should have been Cody
Yeah.
Right.
or Sammy.
Sammy's the
Or
guy.
Malachi Black. As everyone always says, thanks for all you do. Your great crew provide far too much content. Oh, you're doing too much, apparently. Content entertainment to so many of us around the world. All the best. Sean from Cork and Ireland, and it says here, confident that Jack has never actually heard an Irish person speak in his life.
We've got Kieran upstairs, who's from Ireland, and he's Irish.
God, he must hate
He's
us.
Irish?
Yeah.
Dan's mentioned he's Irish before.
He has. We did the World Cup sweepstake in the office, and he just kept bringing up the Kieran from Ireland. Kieran from Ireland has drawn this guy, or this team.
That's Irish Kieran. That is Irish Kieran.
Dan, man.
He's a loose cannon.
No, he didn't bring up that fact for Pierce, who's also Irish.
Anyway, thank you very much for the Reese's Pieces. If you have any Reese's Pieces, please send them to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
Oh, that was big yawn. Sorry.
Oh, you boring bastards. Thank you very much.
Admin.
It's Cultaholics.
What a lovely podcast.
Oh, boy.
Just a bit more to go through. The lovely producers, Chris Ruth.
Nope.
By this last week, he seemed upset that I got it right. So,
All right. It just, when
Chris Ruth.
when you get a new mattress and you line it for the first time, you're like, this is comfortable, but it's not right, is it? It's not got me grooving
Yeah,
yet.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
Chris Routh with the groove. Reno 2200.
What are you doing here?
And Noah Anderson.
Anderson.
There we go. Can't beat the classics. Thank you very much. You scrummy fruitcakes you. So the
I'm allergic to fruitcake.
Do you want to see my esophagus close up? Do you want to see me break out in hives?
No, we don't. We want you to answer this week's big question,
Hey.
which is, what has been your wrestling highlight of the year of our Lord 2022 from WWE, AEW? Let's pretend we watch New Japan. Impact Wrestling.
Nah, we don't need to pretend that. They're not
Game
cool
changer.
anymore.
What's the best moment? I think for me, it was the entire build up to Cody Rhodes, like heading over to WWE, because that period of time it was like it was quite chaotic. You weren't quite sure what was going to happen. It felt unpredictable. It was like, oh, is he signed? Is he not signed? Is he going back to AEW? Coming to WWE? And that moment, sitting watching WrestleMania of Seth in the ring, lights go down. There's only one. There's more than one royal family. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, what a moment! Him rising up.
It was the fact it was the all of the AEW stuff when
Right.
nothing had changed.
It felt so surreal, and I did like the fact the next night on Raw, his head got stuck halfway up and he was sort of just sticking out his little box.
Cody Rhodes!
As he's just looking around. Then he rises. But yeah, the whole WrestleMania, I feel WrestleMania was a highlight of the year for me.
Oh, absolutely.
It was maybe my favorite show of the year overall. But having Cody return, the build up to it, his actual return, the match was fantastic. So I would say that. Yeah, Cody. What are you, Ross?
We asked this question mere seconds before starting shooting. And the stuff that's coming to the top of my head, first and foremost, is Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And secondly, just what MJF and Punk did in the early parts of the year.
God,
Yeah, that'll be the two highlights of the year for me. I'm trying to think of other things. Logan Paul's performance at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Yep.
Logan Paul's performance anywhere. Yeah. Can I get the front in there? Oh,
That's not for.
that's not your endorsement of it.
Nice.
It's not a metaphor.
I appreciate the gift from Luke, but the bottle isn't empty.
Yeah.
So-
I liked Brock tipping up the ring, lifting the entire
what a
ring.
thing,
That
yes.
was quite a highlight. And just the rise of the Acclaimed.
Yeah.
Yes.
The rise of the Acclaimed has been fantastic.
Gunther's run on the main roster
Yep.
has been better than expected. His match with Sheamus. Being a clash at the bloody castle.
Yeah,
I
you
was
went.
there.
Yeah, you went to a show.
I was getting drinks bought for us as well. It was a that's my highlight of the year.
Didn't throw any burgers.
No, I
or
didn't.
lift anyone up.
Nothing, no. Just struggled to get an Uber after the show. Phone battery nearly died. Nearly had a cry. Thought I was stuck in Wales.
Oh, no.
Kicked a lamppost in frustration. I'll tell you, I was getting told by police people, like, oh yeah, you just go down there, there's a taxi rank. You go down there, there's nothing. Oh yeah, you just go up there, there's a taxi. No, there's no taxi rank up there.
Oh, you have an AEW
Bastards.
shirt on underneath his cap.
But Clash at the Castle was a nice time.
Lovely.
Yeah, yours?
I barely went any live wrestling this year. It was just VXV, which was a lovely event to see people, but it was right in the midst of Germany being very strict with the lockdown procedures and that. So it was like, go to a wrestling show. Oh, what an atmosphere we've got here, ladies and gentlemen. So I'd say watching SummerSlam 2022 with mates.
Yeah.
Because people came around, they weren't from the area. It was like, we're visiting, and SummerSlam's thing, are you doing a big event? Usually we'd have all the mates around and do this, but we're all old now, so they're all busy. They've got their dogs to walk in the morning, stuff like that. Come around mine and I can make you food. Okay. It's like, oh, great, that was easy. And made the food, watch this, and just out of our minds going, is that Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
A tractor.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Him slamming Wee Man through a table as well. In a restaurant.
Yeah.
A shoot restaurant.
Yeah.
He shockingly shot him in a shoe restaurant. The Acclaim going from just that wacky little tag team with a gimmick to being world beaters.
Yeah.
That
Capture
was
the
nice.
entire audience in Arthur Ashe.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
William Regal making a mess,
It's
being
been
better than everybody in the
been a
business,
good
and then
year.
leaving.
Yeah,
Less
yeah.
than a year. Like, that was amazing. NXT, Braun Breaker, gone from strength to strength. Sasha was mint last year, and people were like, I'm not sure. This year, I was like, nah, he was mint this year.
Andre Chase.
Andre Chase.
The whimsical Wendy
Yeah.
Chu.
Yeah.
The triple threat match for the women's title was probably the match of the year in NXT. Maybe, I don't know. Apart from the men's Iron Survivor, which is legitimately a gimmick which they'll bring on the main roster, and the people who deny NXT will go, wow.
Great match.
That's a good
It was a
match,
good
yeah.
idea, yeah.
Yeah.
Really liked it. Also, how can we forget Stone Cold Steve Austin? That's a highlight of the year. He retired before I
Not for
started
Maffew.
watching. Yeah, he retired before I started watching wrestling.
Oh, highlight, yes. Oh, no. Yeah, Spatty, who said, just to remind people, even though people share me the gift for me every so often, so it's nice. I said, people were like, I was going to do this. I went, don't be silly. Austin hasn't done a match for years. And they keep on saying, because in fairness, they had been saying every few months, Austin getting ready. Yeah, okay, well, they've been saying it since 2003, nothing happened. So I'm like, sure, this will be the year that Austin has an actual match. He'll just show up. Kevin Owens, he'll take a stunner, then he'll pin him or whatever. It won't be a real match. So what happens, Fraser? What do you think happens?
Match of the year.
Suplexed on the floor.
Yeah.
Doing 2 suplexes on the ramp or the stage.
Yeah.
He hadn't missed a beat, had he? Just over the 20 years or whatever, 19 years.
It's absolutely wild. As I said, I hadn't seen a match live of Stone Cold's before, so that was the first time I'd got to see him actually wrestle.
Thank you
live.
for making us feel
Sorry, guys.
so old and miserable.
So it was
Fraser.
cool to get to experience that. So that is absolutely a highlight of my year.
Yeah.
And Maffew had to-
I, and this is a fun fact for people, just to remind them, I went, you know what? I've seen that really, really hot pepper. I think it says bastard spice on the side of it, so you know it's hot. Cool. I'll have one of them on the podcast if I'm wrong. I was wrong. I went, oh boy, here we go. It's all right, though. I've got an entire packet of oat milk. I'll drink that. Because you know what happens if you're eating something spicy? You have milk with it, don't you?
Yeah.
Did you know that if you're lactose intolerant and have to have milk alternates, the thing that is in milk that makes a hot thing not as hot isn't in
It's not
the
there, mate.
lactose intolerant versions. So all I felt was pain, followed by more pain, followed by the uncomfortable feeling of having drank an entire bottle of oat milk by itself. Oh, it was great. So I'm predicting nothing for next year. What happens, happens. Do you have a highlight of something that happened in Cultaholic or this podcast?
The fact it's still going. Legitimately, just it's hard because like we've had to scrap certain things this year just to because they weren't working. It's nice that we're evolving like that and we're finding stuff that does work and just keeping the lights on and stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching continuously. I guess that's it. It's weird, just the fact it's still a thing.
Fact is still going.
Every week is a blessing.
We survived a pandemic.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Kind of. Is it over? Maybe? I don't know.
That's a question for another podcast.
Yeah, let's ask Lacey Evans. I'm sure she's got an opinion on that one.
What's your cultaholic highlight been, Fraser? Has it been your birth? Were you born this year?
I was born this year. Yeah, I was born. I didn't exist before this year. Getting more opportunities, doing stuff like this on camera. It's at the start of the year, I didn't expect to be sitting at the end of the year, getting to do a series of the worst shows ever and getting to make podcast appearances. It's been a really, really fun year. I can't pinpoint any singular thing because everything it is a really fun job. You can't fault it. I'm maybe going back for my graduation sort of ball thing and speaking to my lecturers and seeing some of my classmates. And some of them are going, I'm working at the BBC, this and that. And then my lecturers go, what do you do, Fraser? I'm going, well, I work at a YouTube channel where we produce professional wrestling and video game content. And they're going, okay, yeah. And they're like, can we see your stuff? And they watch it and then they have no clue. Yeah. It all goes over their head. That was a highlight.
Oh, well,
I tell you, off the bat of that, I found it this year that I am, at the time when I saw it, the most followed Sunderland Uni alumni. On Twitter. The lecturer Lee Hall was gathering things, and at the time he tweeted me on. I didn't acknowledge it because I don't want to. It's shameless, isn't it? But I've got the most Twitter followers, so take that, serious journalists.
I'll have to see that then. If
that's what matters.
Yeah, someone serious from UClan made it out or whatever. But I don't care. But no, Fraser, you should be proud because I think the content Triple Jump's put out is magnificent. And obviously you got a hand in that, as well as the stuff you're putting out with Cultaholic. You keep on evolving and going up every year. You're doing more and more stuff, and you should be.
It's been busy, that's for sure this year. Workload has increased, and it's been good.
Good. I mean, Ross, again, you've never been bad, so it's just that you've stayed at that level you've always been at. So thank Gunther.
Thank you, Maffew, for being a part of my work highlight of the week.
Oh, thank you.
The podcast is the work highlight of the week.
And to Jack, because again, I think some people read too much in stuff where we mockingly joke with him. Because to remind people in the Northeast, this is what we do with people that we like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still needs to go to.
Hey, Jack, you ball bag. That's what we say to people that we really enjoy the company of. So people think it's that Jack has also been very good this year. He's been great at being Jack. He's so passionate. He's so enamored with the concept of being startled and surprised and being tickled pink whenever it happens in wrestling. And his childlike enthusiasm really helps the podcast. I'm trying to be serious, but yeah,
these are if he went to a restaurant with his laptop.
There is that man point.
No, come off it.
No, we'll get him off for a week.
Yeah, you can have.
Because they'll be shut.
Can't believe you said you hated him during the podcast.
I know, right? It's the arrogance of youth, right?
Right. So to Jack and to our magnificent man behind the camera, who was technically taking a drink.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you very much, Joel, who's taken over from
Dan,
the crazy man himself, Dan. He was now going to terrorize the office like Bruiser Brody during an entrance. Yeah, it's been a pleasure working with you all.
And Richard.
Probably do more of this.
Hi, Richard Tubman.
Richard Tubman.
Well, no, he turned his back on us this year. Left us for pastures new in Japan.
Yeah. But thank you, everyone.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Of course, yeah.
We saw Tubman in Japan.
Aye. Yeah,
he's
kind
all right.
of a weird Christmas, Richard. He was saying the other day, like, he's not got many family plans. Yeah. Being in Japan.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So, yeah, hope he's all right.
So to everyone who has joined us in this lovely voyage, to everyone who's sent anything to mailbag@cultaholic.com, or anyone who's voted in the prestigious Hall of Fame at patreon.com/cultaholic, we thank you for another fantastic year. Next week will be the Culties.
Yes, it will.
Because we'll be away with our families and doing whatnot. Thank you very much. Hope to see more of you in 2023, because you'll be seeing a lot more of us. This has been Fraser. This has been Ross. This has been the figment of our imagination disguised as Jack. I've been Maffew. It's been Joel. You've been amazing. Now we're going to point at this and say something really cheesy like Merry Christmas.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And a Happy Hanukkah.
And
Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays.
Holidays in general.
Celebrate this time of year. Happy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, to everybody but Lacey Evans.
Buy the corn dogs, though. Joel, flash up the corn dogs you must buy.